Welcome to the EST Hangout.
This is the EST Hangout, and today's guests are...
A good Thursday morning to you. Welcome to the EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage right here in Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports. Thank you to everyone for listening live across Edmonton Sports Talk audio streams, edmontonsportstalk.com, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Apple Music. Thank you to those watching on YouTube, as well as for anyone listening on podcast, wherever you get your podcast. As I said, brought to you by Sentinel Storage, Canada's storage experts, more than 2 decades, helping Canadians through life transition. Canadian storage provider. Be sure to buy Canadian. Check them out, sentinel.ca. Today's the last day, 50% off 12 weeks on all units. Matt Iwanyk, Tom Gazzola, Benny the intern with you here. Also, Derek Van Diest from NHL.com. First time in the Hangout in these new studios, so thank you for making the trek out.
No, nice. Yeah, it looks great. Great. A lot of more space. Looks fantastic.
Good to see you.
Yeah, no, good to see you guys.
Welcome. Yeah. Hello, Matthew.
Hello,
Tom. Until you guys move in here? A couple days? Weekend?
We moved in on Monday. Well, so we moved small things here and there, but all the big stuff and the majority of everything was all on Monday. We hired movers.
Nice.
And it was a wonderful decision.
No, like that's a good. I hired movers when I had to move. Yeah, it's a great decision. Like you just. Yeah.
Unless you're in your 20s now, I think it's just you hire movers.
Well, you know what? Honestly, like now you're like when your buddy or friend says, "Hey, can you help me move?" You're like, "Really?" Like, no, it's like that Seinfeld episode with Keith Hernandez helping.
Oh, right.
I can't help you move. So hire movers. It's less stressful. It's I know it's something can be expensive, but these guys are pros. They know what they're doing.
They were even like I don't want to say struggling, but they were feeling it with this move. So I was that's really good.
That stairwell's pretty narrow.
Yeah,
like, it's like to get stuff up to the stairwell.
That's true.
I was impressed they actually did it all through that stairwell. Yeah, because we have a back stairwell that's a little bit wider, and I thought they might have to go and do something that way, and they didn't. They got it all up this way, which I was very impressed. So. Fridge came yesterday though when they used the back.
I did notice the fridge. Where the hell did we get that thing?
It's a scratch indent.
It looks like it's been through a couple of battles.
Yeah, just clean it out. You'll be fine.
Oh, it's actually nice.
You didn't. Yeah, the inside's nice, which is the most important thing. But
I didn't see the.
It's dented.
Yeah, it looks like someone took a
you go put stickers
it.
on it, or you go put like magnets and stuff on it.
Oh, you're gonna swear?
Yeah, I was, but I didn't. Although those movers got me yesterday.
This has a frat house feel to it, though. The studio.
Well, what did the old place have? What did the movers get you with?
Well, the movers to the fridge, they show up. I go to the back door to meet them. And the guy is trying to figure out which unit we are. So I come down the stairs. He backs up. He looks at me. He's like, "Oh, there's stairs. We don't do stairs." And I was like, He's like, "No, we don't do stairs."
Seriously.
And I was like, "Well, you're going to have to take it back. Like, I'm not telling Jay and Rita. He's just kidding with me." I was like, "Jeez." Like, terrible. Like, he actually got me on that one. And I thought because he was like dead serious look. And he's like, "Yeah, no, we don't
Well
move.
played.
We don't go upstairs." Like, and I'm like, there's no way I'm telling Jay, Reed, and Zach that we have to somehow get this up there. I was like, "No, you got to take it back. Call Dusty. I'll call Dusty. I'm like, we're returning this.
That's
Find
hilarious.
someone that can move it upstairs." But he's like, "Nah, we're kidding. They were good dudes."
I'm happy.
It
is a nice place, and it's coming together piece by piece. It's been busy, stressful. We moved out of the old place formally this week. Matthew did the Deuces photo and sent it to the group. The painting, I think I'll give it a top-notch mark because I did it.
You want to know something? I did a quick video of every room.
Yeah.
Just zoomed, did a circle in each room.
Yeah.
Looked at the carpet just so I have records of things. On video, it looks fine.
Yeah.
It looks good.
I know. Jay helped out too, by the way, and Eric and Dusty.
But I'm just for us leaving a place, I think we left it in a pretty good spot.
So do I, actually.
We will get a complaint in some way, shape, or form.
Of course, because they were planting those seeds before we left, and that's how you do
getting
it.
your damage deposit.
We got a noise complaint a week before we moved, 5 days before we moved out. The landlord called us and was like, "Yeah, you guys, can you just keep it down and stuff?"
Seriously.
We've been here for 2 years. You've never once said a thing.
Yeah.
Now it's coming up. No, she was not happy with us. Must be moving out. She's complaining about everything at the end.
I walked all over that lawn after they put that post up not to walk on the lawn. I walked on it every single time out of spite. It's turf.
They put up. You saw the turf.
I saw the turf.
We were
Not allowed to walk on the turf.
She got mad at us for walking on it.
I walked on it
Because
every
why would you
time.
put up
I hope
turf
you know
if
that.
you can't walk on it?
Yeah, no, that doesn't make sense.
She said it takes 3 to 4 years for it to set.
It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And I've heard some stupid stuff in my life. Okay, so, but this is like more formal. This is kind of like, I think, and we've said it, it's nicer than what we had at 1260. It's just we haven't like got it all sorted out yet.
No, it's a nice room. It's a nice area.
But
Yeah,
you said
gotta
it's
sort
like
of-
a frat house.
Well, yeah, it just seems like you walk in, it's got I said it has a frat house feel to it.
But it's business formal. Like Matthew's office is meticulous. Dusty's
I
is
saw Dusty's
work in
office,
progress.
He's thinking more of the back end.
Yeah. Maybe.
Oh yeah,
Where the
it's
TV is,
the
and
green
the kitchen,
room,
all that stuff.
bullpen. Yeah, yeah.
And then we still also have a bunch of boxes in the front.
It's going to take a little bit of time, but like the front, even the front when you come in to the entrance, reception area, whatever you want to call it, bless you.
Thank you.
Compared to how it looked yesterday morning to even where it's at now is an improvement. Like we cleared some boxes out, we built the display shelf for the merchandise, and now Bruce from William Huff and the crew there put up the sign. Like it day by day, it's
the sign
gotten
looks
steadily
great,
better.
and
Yeah.
the walls look great, and you
Yeah.
guys got them all ready to go. And
We'll have to get like a more permanent
Yeah.
blackout screen there and get some signage up, but
no, I think it looks
in
good.
time. Yeah.
It's good.
Welcome.
Easier to get here too. Straight down 107th for me.
This is the same.
No turns.
It's a
Straight
slightly
down.
longer, I feel.
Yeah.
Because we have to go through the 2 lights across 170th
But
and whatever the other road. Like there's because it's lighter.
and Mayfield.
Is that
Yeah,
Mayfield?
Mayfield and
170.
170.
That's the only thing because before we just would turn right.
Yeah.
It's a turn light, so it's like they had a turn lane for it, so you can
Yeah.
quickly go through that. And then you got to turn left, and then one other light, which is very quick. So I feel just because those extra, it's slightly longer, but it's just straight.
There's something pleasant about just coming straight down and turning into here. It has a good vibe to it, in my opinion. Not that the old place didn't, but we were in an obscure, older industrial office building that had turf that you couldn't walk on for some reason. The bathrooms that we shared, a kitchen that we shared. This is like
No,
this
it's
is
good.
ours. Like,
spot.
and it
There's going to be a
feels-
lot of accidents in this intersection, though. I could tell.
Yeah.
It's a hot
You notice
intersection.
that too?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's a tough intersection. I've been noticing because there's a lot of people turning lefts. Their parking lot entrance and exit is
Yeah.
right next to this one.
But you
too.
can go to the far one.
Yeah,
That's,
You can,
That's
but
the trick.
But it's like somebody's going to turn left on one, and then they want to turn on the other. But then somebody's trying to turn left here.
Yeah.
I when I was bringing a box in a few weeks ago, as I was unlocking my door, I just heard a looked. And there was
Oh, no.
I just have a feeling we're going to be noticing a lot of
A lot of
accidents in
accidents
that.
in
This
that
is probably an accident-heavy intersection.
Hot corner.
Yes.
Beware. If
So
you're
we should
coming
all be
down here.
careful on that
Yeah.
one because that's one of those spots where I'm like, yeah, that's going to be some accidents, especially later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Benny,
yeah.
you've noticed it.
No, yeah, I did. I have. I'm trying to decide whether I go down from my house in St. Albert, like Ray Gibbon, all the way right here, and then it's one left, all the way to the end here, or I go down St. Albert Trail and come through this intersection. I've learned go on the far side. I had to while I was actually going down St. Albert Trail all the way up to here today. Then there was a train.
You got hit by the train.
which pisses me off every time. So then I had to wheel over to Ray Gibbon and come the other way. But yeah, I probably gonna stick to that way now for good.
I feel like I want to go to the West Soccer Center one day for lunch. Just
For
For
lunch.
lunch?
yeah, grab a bite there. Well, I'm not here for
good food.
dinner.
West
but
Soccer
we have-
Center.
Just I haven't been to a soccer center and had a bite there in a while. I just feel like if we go to like concession, grab a hot dog.
Well,
Looking
it's
for a
no-
dog.
yeah.
Well,
I guess Harvey's has dogs.
If you
Yeah.
wait a couple weeks, you'll be able to watch me and Paul Gazzola.
You guys play at
Ter-
West?
I'd imagine we do. It's every soccer center in Edmonton. So,
Yeah, they're playing soccer?
When did you play?
well, we're playing in the
hockey.
fall.
Oh, ball hockey.
In the fall. So
Will you
I
be
don't know
playing in
exactly.
hockey season?
What's that?
Do you think you'll be playing into Oilers season?
Yes.
So Tommy, perfect. You could come do a pregame show, head on over, support your brother,
Just gonna pretend I didn't hear what you just said.
support Benny, your producer, and then you
Listen,
can come on over.
I
Back and
play
finish
ball
postgame.
hockey.
I highly encourage and support them in being active and participating in group workouts,
Activities.
which is essentially what they're doing.
It's all so close. You know, it's like
there,
it's
right in your
there.
backyard.
That's great. I think that's lovely. You will not find me there.
You could get a nice pitcher of beer.
I can get a nice pitcher of beer. We have a fridge full of beer.
It's different. The pitcher of beer from draft.
Sounds like you want to go.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you
Get a nice team picture over there.
give you a Paulie #1 T-shirt with his ugly face on the front. You can wear it proudly.
MV Paulie.
That's a myth.
I actually wasn't. He did win MVP.
Of his ball hockey league?
Yeah.
No,
but I
if
think
we did a
I
heavy
think
hockey showdown where Tommy ditched a team EST to join the other team.
Oh.
And we won the title. And Paul Gazzola was named the MVP of the 2 games.
you try to do something good for everyone, and you think you're helping, and then you get dumped on for it. That's essentially what happened.
You ditched us.
I did not.
The other team walks into the dressing room. Their assistant coach is like, "Does anyone want to come and play for our team? Because we won the first game."
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "Nope, nope, nope, nope." And then Tommy's like, "I'll do it," and he just left
No, I felt bad because
we won the first game.
and I scored a beautiful goal.
They guys win the second game too?
Yeah,
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
late. Tommy took a penalty.
Oh.
Oh, it was such a crap.
He was
call.
all over Belzy.
Surveyor Brett with a
He
terrible
was all
call.
over Belzy and took Belzy, like
Belzy.
just
The
Belzy.
barreled him down as hard as he could.
He
took
went-
him down, got a penalty, which helped seal the game
That
for
would
us.
be to take Belzy down.
I know.
I figure you would bounce off him like
No,
one of those cartoon
that's how big
characters.
egregious of a penalty
yeah,
it was.
that's an
No,
egregious
that's how
penalty.
soft
If
Belzy
you
is.
take Belzy down. I don't
How
know.
terrible of a call it was
That's
from
a big
Surveyor
man
Brett.
to try and take down.
Exactly. So that's
Yeah.
how the game ended.
took him down.
We're
That's-
up by 1, and then Tommy takes a selfish
Thanks for the
penalty.
Selfish penalty.
I'm here to win.
Was it offensive zone penalty?
He certainly was. Oh no, wait! It was defensive zone because I was playing.
No, it was offensive.
It was offensive zone. That's
you're
right.
behind the
Belzy
net.
was trying to eat the clock.
He was eating. Well, he did,
And he ran
then
him
you took a
over.
penalty. You got too upset, ate it,
No. He
and now the
just went down
trophy's
very
up on
easily.
our. It's already hanging. Actually, that's what's going to go up on that merch shelf too. All of our trophies when we get them.
That's nice.
Wait
I like
another
that.
month or so, and then I'll message the guy who won the golf tournament. And be like, I want that trophy back.
The golf tournament trophy is actually very nice. We haven't seen you since the golf tournament. Have you been in here?
No, I have not.
you have a good
I was
time?
supposed to come in a couple weeks. Something came up. I think. I don't know. I've been kind of. It's in the summer. You're doing previews. You're doing stuff, and you're trying to get a hold of people in the summer. And people are in Europe. People are here. People are there. So, I got a meeting with the Oilers head of player development tomorrow. Just got to talk about some prospects with
Rick
him.
Pracey?
No, he's head of amateur scouting.
Right.
Cal Larson is. the
Oh,
head of-
that's right. That's right.
is their head of player development. So we're gonna chat some Matt Savoy and some of those guys that are coming in and
Ike Howard.
Ike Howard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. It looks. You go through the list of some teams and their prospects. Like Calgary's got a load of them. Winnipeg's got a load of them. Mm-hmm. In Edmonton, maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah.
That you might play in the league. So, but that's the way it goes. When you have the high end team, you're trading off. First round picks, second round picks to kind of win now. You're not going to have a ton in the system, right? So
Yeah, like
Oh,
what do the
yeah.
Panthers have? I'm just curious. Like
I don't know.
That'd be the question I'd want to throw. Would love if I could finance. Like
What does Vegas have?
Yeah,
They get
well.
rid of. They
yeah,
treat picks like
they're nothing
fun coupons.
to them. It's like they're useless.
Yeah.
pretty
Like-
much. Yeah, like
How many draft picks are actually on the team right now? Is it Dorofeev? Is that the only one?
Yeah, not
I
many.
think there's a point last year.
Was White Cloud their own pick?
Maybe.
White Cloud might have.
Well, they had an Haig
Yeah,
and Wah,
Hag-
but both of
Hag-
them are gone.
Wah, I think Wah is different.
So, but anyway, it's just a way of doing things, right? Like it's
How do you get players? And when you're trading to a team that's selling, they want prospects.
Yeah.
You got to give up those prospects
Yeah.
or picks.
so
So they can go get those prospects, and that's just that cycle.
it's a cycle. Yep.
And the question is, though, when your time ends, can you
Well, that's why there's
find
always-
a
yeah.
way to not bottom completely out, or
Well-
you just stay in the middle ground and then get good again right away?
Well,
And
that's the
big
trick.
question.
Like, even you see this in junior hockey a lot. You go all in, and then there's a transition period where you have to rebuild and reload, and So I think there's got to be that time, and it's in Edmonton. It's not that time now. Their window is still open. You got to see what's going to happen with Connor McDavid. So that window is going to be open for however long he signs for, and a lot of people are talking about maybe a 4-year deal right now between 16 and 17 million, and which makes a lot of sense. to get him signed for 4 years. That gives you 5 years to win a Stanley Cup, or else your best player is going to walk out the door. But we'll see what happens.
Or you'll just stick around and just make more money.
Well, yeah. We'll see.
I don't know why you'd sign an 8-year deal from a money perspective.
No, because the cap's going to go up, and you can go. That's what
Get up to 20.
Bouchard did. Yeah, that's what Bouchard did, and.
Will Leon be kicking himself for signing the
How much money is enough money? Like Leon's made a lot of money. You know, is it your first 100 million? Is it your second 100 million? Like, right? Like I always wondered when those guys, like they live in a different world than we do. But let's say you make, you know, whatever it is, your first millions, you buy your house, you buy your cars, and then what do you do with your second million, your third million, your fourth million? You know what I'm saying?
Build a home on an island.
I guess. I don't know. But like, how much is that? Those guys are in France now, I understand. Or
Yeah.
Wedding, yeah. I think it's like tomorrow.
Was he
or
getting
something.
married in Europe?
Yeah, he's getting
That's
married in
nice.
France, so he's going to give half away. So maybe that's...
What if she goes on to have a very successful modeling and acting career, and his earnings pales in comparison? It could happen.
Yeah, it could happen, I guess. Yeah,
Could happen.
could happen, like Janet Jones.
That didn't happen.
Well, I think it's more likely Janet Jones thing to happen than...
yeah.
She was a budding actress in, you know, Hollywood, and then she admitted herself. Suddenly she was, you know, she was a hockey wife. Pregnant all the time. I heard that on an interview. She said that once, so that was
Yeah.
it for her career, right? They went to Los Angeles for her career. That was the whole point, right? Oh, now we can go for Janet's career, and I don't think she made a movie after she got married.
She was in like Police Academy 3.
If she has she would have an IMDb.
She did.
She does.
She did. I remember my sister was a gymnast, and I remember there was a gymnastics movie that she did because my sister was watching this gymnastic movie, and she's like, "Hey, isn't that Wayne Gretzky's wife?" I was like, "Yeah, I did.
That's
I
her,
did
yeah.
a gymnastics movie."
She's a very nice lady.
And then Police Academy, and yeah, but that happens, right? Like it just happens. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes there. But
In 2021, she was in American Siege.
Really?
Bruce Willis.
Really?
She was Deputy Marissa Lewis, it looks like.
Okay.
2021.
Yeah, 2014, she was in The Sound and Fury. 2013, Palo Alto. She was in something in 11, The Lunchroom. 2 Tickets to Paradise in 06. In 06, she was in Alpha Dog. 97, Soldier of Fortune.
She was an Alpha Dog.
She was Elaine Holden as Janet Jones Gretzky. That's what it says.
Alpha Dog was a good movie. If that's the same movie I'm thinking of. Alpha Dog was
Is that a Wahlberg movie?
no, it's when these kids they're the
was that
drug dealer.
Timberlake?
The drug dealer, yeah, it was Timberlake. The drug dealer owed the money, so they decided to kidnap his younger brother. To try and kidnap his younger brother to keep so the drug dealer gives him the money back.
Gotcha.
It's actually a pretty good movie. So it's actually based on a
Bless
true
you.
story. So and they end up killing the younger brother, and it's like, oh, it's pretty tragic.
According to her IMDb, yeah, she was in that.
She was in the house.
A League of Their Own.
Really?
She was the Racine pitcher.
Oh.
She's actually been in Grease too.
She was in the Racine. She was the Racine pitcher
That's what it
in
says.
the League of Their Own. Seen that movie lots.
That's a very good movie.
I don't remember her being in that movie.
There's no crying
Maybe
in baseball.
IMDb's wrong with this.
Is there a different Janet Jones?
No.
Janet Jones.
Gretzky?
This looks like her.
In a League of Their Own?
It says from Police Academy 5. She's from Missouri.
Yeah, she's a St. Louis lady.
Yeah,
that's
I
her.
guess. Well, I guess she didn't.
IMDb.
Yeah, that's her.
I guess she's kept working. Good for her.
Well, now, unless somebody's crediting her poorly. Janet Jones.
I think they would verify that.
A League of Their Own.
IMDb is like the
IMDb is,
hockey
yeah.
DB of movies and films.
that is the database.
Big Maple texting in Paris Jewelers inbox 780-218-9999. You can also get into the nasty chat on this lovely Thursday morning here on the Hangout. Big Maple asking, has Derek Van Diest ever shared his experience from the 2014 World Cup? I want to hear about the scrap between him and a Brazilian ticket agent.
Are we getting a scrap?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Brazilian ticket agent.
How would I know?
We've had the stories of why you haven't gone to Brazil.
No, I haven't heard that one. What happened? What
Did you get into a
ticketing?
fight with a Brazilian ticket agent? Big Maple is asking.
I don't think so.
At the World Cup.
No, because we had our tickets all ready to go. Like we got our tickets delivered before we even went to Brazil.
I do recall when you
So
were
we
at
had
the...
physical. Back then, you had physical tickets.
Yeah.
And you have to have and they were scanning physical. Now they don't. They're all
I
digitized.
don't like that.
No, you
It's
missed the
nice to
physical ticket.
if you're going to a World Cup, you want to say
I got the physical tickets, but I
Yeah.
don't remember getting into it with a ticket agent.
Now, the only thing remotely close that I could think of World Cup related that you've shared is someone, a fellow media member, trying to get in at the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, and they didn't. His T-shirt was
Oh yeah, it was
controversial.
It was a controversial. He had a rainbow T-shirt on. It wasn't really that controversial. They made it out to be bigger than it was, and my understanding was like it was. He came in with it was
Grant
Grant Wall. That
Grant
passed
Wall.
away.
He passed away at the World Cup, right in front of you.
So he came in with a rainbow shirt on, kind of looking to see
Stir it
what
up.
would happen, stir it up. He got stopped by a security guy. The security guy said, "Sorry, let me get my supervisor." Supervisor came by. Yeah, you're fine. Go. That was it. And then he said, "Well, I was stopped."
I do remember I was watching the news and they interviewed him. I think it was like CNN or whatever. And it was a national broadcast or ABC, and they asked him about it, and they're like, "Oh, he made a big incident of it, and just supporting." Like he had a family member.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
that
His
was-
brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but no, there was nothing to it, from my understanding. Just there's some security guy that stopped him and said, "Well, just hold on, let me just double check." The security. You're fine. But he was trying to make a big deal out of, because at the time it was like, remember, some of the teams wanted to wear the rainbow arm patches.
Germany wanted to.
Yeah.
England, I think, wanted to.
Yeah, and they
were
said
told
no. So it was what it was. But I think that was the only time that I remember the media guy. But fortunately, he passed away in the press box right in front of me. So a few weeks later, which was sad. It was really, really. It's just still surreal.
I love Big Maple showing his work. This is an article from the Edmonton Sun, Sao Paulo, Brazil. The adventure of a lifetime is coming to an end as the long journey home has begun. Just as crisscrossing Brazil for the past 3 weeks to watch a portion of the 2014 World Cup came with its challenges, so will the trip home. Due to the inflexibility of a local airline, TAM, I've been forced to jet set across the country for a second time. In order to head home, I had to travel north to Fortaleza from Belo Horizonte in the heart of Brazil, just to fly back south to Sao Paulo for my flight to North America. But apart from an argument with a ticket agent, the trip has been an incredible experience. We saw Chile defeat the reigning champions Spain at the Cathedral of Brazilian Soccer, the Maracana Stadium. Thank you, Big Maple.
What happened there is you booked your trip, right? Based on where you think your team was going to play. And so we booked our trip, and Chile got eliminated, so we didn't need to go back to Belo Horizonte or wherever we were going to go. So we went and said, "Okay, we want to change our flights. Can we change our flights?" And they said, "No, your trip is booked as one big trip. If you want to cancel your trip, you're still going to get charged for it, and then you got to rebook an entirely new trip." And this included the trip home. I was like, what are you talking about? So I was like, what do you mean? Like, we're here. We don't want to go there and come back. There's no point of us there and come back. So just cancel that leg of the trip. And they said, nope, because the trip has been booked. It was a total scam. It was an absolute total
ridiculous.
scam. Like, we got upset because, come on, we don't want to get on this plane. And now you're saying if we don't get on this plane, you're canceling our entire trip. And we can't get home unless we buy a new trip home. Like, it was absolutely ridiculous. So that was the argument. It was with the flight people. I'm like, you guys are kidding me. Like, this is the scam you guys have. Like, you make people book these flights.
If they want to change something.
And if they want to change something, you got to cancel the whole itinerary.
You didn't want to fly anywhere.
Well, we had lost. So then we didn't have to go to the next destination. So we were going home. And so, but they said, no, you still have to fly to your next destination and then come back and then fly home.
So that you couldn't even just like skip that flight and jump on the flight home.
But they would have canceled our entire
like
itinerary.
They wouldn't let you do that and be like,
No.
we don't even just want to go on this flight.
Yeah.
We're just going to stay
We
here
don't want to get on
and
this
get
flight.
on our flight
Yeah.
home afterwards. And like,
Yeah.
no, you
No.
actually have to physically
Yeah.
get on this plane.
If you don't get on this,
flight.
if you don't get on this flight, fly to this place and then fly back, then we're canceling your entire itinerary, which included the flight home to Canada.
That's insane.
I'm like, are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. We just want to not get on this flight. And that was the argument. So literally we had to, I can't remember where it was from. It was from Rio, maybe back to Belo and back to Rio.
How long was the flight?
It was like a 4-hour flight.
Oh, so that's 8 hours total.
8 hours total, there and back, because it was part of the itinerary, and they wouldn't let us.
Itinerary, I like that.
And they wouldn't let us cancel it. So once you
That's
book
insane.
the itinerary as it is, they said either you got to cancel the entire itinerary and rebook all your flights, but we're still charging you because you've already paid for them. Or get on a
nuts.
flight.
Okay.
I like
get
the
it.
irrationality.
I'm glad that's
Because of the itinerary.
That's an
Yeah.
article. That's 11 years ago.
Your itinerary says it.
Exactly.
You must do
You
it.
must do it.
Oh my
And I was
God.
like, you've got to be kidding me. You're going to make me travel 8 hours. Like
Just so I could go home.
The World Cup teams, especially how do you make travel arrangements if your team's going to get eliminated? Like we only had tickets as long as Chile kept going. We had these tickets where if they gone to the next round, we would have tickets to that round.
Yeah?
We had tickets all the way to the final.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Had they gone to the final. But they got eliminated, so we were done. We had no more tickets, so we would just want to go home. So we went, okay, well, there's no reason for us to go on this flight, so we're just going to cancel this flight, and then we'll just catch our flight home. No, you can't cancel this flight because you cancel the entire itinerary. And I was like, that is a massive scam, Brazilians. And I did not like it, so
It's shocking.
yeah.
Brazil
I
was
was like, I was like, so yeah, so they made me fly there to fly back just to fly home.
That's a
'Cause
great
they would have
memory, Big
canceled my
Maple.
fly home.
Great
That
memory.
is good memory.
Yeah.
The other time I had an issue is I had a similar situation with an itinerary, like we were following the orders, hopping around. And then I went to check in St. Louis. And I'd flown from somewhere to St. Louis. And then I went to check in St. Louis, and the girl goes, "Oh, it says that you weren't on the flight from Chicago to St. Louis. So we've canceled your reservation. So the rest of it." Like, I'm standing right here in St. Louis. How was I not on the flight? I'm at the airport in St. Louis. You're telling me I didn't come in from St. Louis? I'm literally here.
Oh my God.
And she goes,
This isn't a phone call.
"No,
We're looking at each other.
standing
Right here.
I was like, "Are we not in St. Louis? I'm in St. Louis." And she goes, "Well, it says you didn't get on your flight from Chicago." I said, "Oh, I was on that flight.
How did I get here?
It's because I'm here. I'm here." And there's, I don't know, somehow it didn't scan. Somehow, like, they had me not on that flight. And so if I'm not on that flight, then they canceled
Yeah.
the entire
Did she
itinerary.
figure it out
Oh,
for
she
you?
totally figured. She's awesome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Because
no.
I think that at some point I'd be like,
Hello?
so this says you aren't on the flight,
Yeah.
yet we're here in St. Louis and you're here.
Yeah.
Okay, something went wrong.
Yeah, I didn't have like I said, I didn't have my boarding pass with me because I probably, once
Chucked it or whatever,
which
yeah.
is like, but I said, no, we were in St. Louis. So I got here somehow. How would I have gotten here if I wasn't on that flight? You go, "Oh, that makes a lot of sense." So they're just looking back. And
You think?
So they must have just not counted you. But then she was great. Like, she was just like, rebooked everything, and I was back on the road. But Brazilians were like, "Nope, sorry, can't help you."
That's insane. Good memory, Big
Can't
Maple.
help you. Can't help you.
I have a St. Louis travel horror story.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe you would have been there. Remember the lockout year? The Oilers had like a 9-game, 17-day road
Yeah, is that
trip.
where they started in Chicago, ended
And in Chicago, yeah, it was
That's
the longest
awesome.
longest road trip in franchise history. We were in Dallas, and it was me, Ciampa, and a camera person. Oh no, Ryan Frankson was there. Frankie was there. He was the head of social media.
Yeah.
And somebody wrote an article, and they were still back here, posted it on Oilers.com.
Oh, yeah, so you guys got kicked out the plane. I was on that trip. I think
Can I tell the story?
All right, okay. I'm just trying to remember that. I was on that trip.
You were on that
was
trip.
in that press box there.
We were very excited. It was some great cities. Started and ended in Chicago. We went to Chicago. Everything was fine. Go to Dallas. Someone wrote an article, and Kevin Lowe and Steve Tambellini did not like the article. And it kind of,
Someone internally, Oilers-wise, that worked for their team.
but they were not on the trip with us. And they wrote this article. It did not go over well. It was taken down. And then we're in the press box in Dallas, and Pat Garland, team services director at the time, great guy, still with the team, was like, "Hey, I was just told by Steve to take you guys off of the charter for tonight. You're not on the manifest." Mark, myself, and Ryan were like, "What? Why? What did we do? We've been on, we have 7 more games to go." And he's like, "Well, I would highly recommend you talk to Steve and not me." And we're like, "What happened?" And we found out about this article. And so Mark is like, "Oh, okay, I'll go talk to Steve in the intermission." And he goes and he comes back after talking to Tamby, and he's like, "I think we're probably going to have to stay here tonight. We might not be on the rest of the trip, and I don't know if we're ever going to be on the road again on the charter. And we're just like, what? And he goes, yeah, so that article that was published by someone who was not on the trip with us, but in our department, really pissed off Tamby, and Kevin was furious about it. I'm like, what article? What did I miss? And it was something about Aaron Volpatti. Remember Aaron Volpatti?
Basically, the article was written saying that the Oilers need more toughness because they're a bunch of pansies, and so they should go get this guy. And that's basically Steve telling me what's like. If I had written it with the Sun or someone else had written it, we would have fine.
Yeah.
But this was internal.
Yeah.
This was on their website.
Team writer.
A team writer went, and we all went, whoa, wow.
And when we found it, we're like, why would we write that?
Wow.
Why would we put that up?
So he looked at it as social media. Everyone on social media is gone.
Well, and he kicked off Oilers TV. And so, Mark goes, we're off the charter. And Hogel, who's in charge of the Riverhawks, he's the GM of fun with the Riverhawks. He got on the phone with Hogel and he's like, what do we do, Steve? And Steve's like, let me try to smooth it over, but stay in Dallas tonight. Try to get to St. Louis. And it was a back-to-back.
Was it?
Yeah. And we'll see if we can get you guys back on there. So sure enough, we got kicked off the charter that night. We stay in Dallas, have to go back to the hotel. We had to take our bags off the bus, and like all the players, like, what are you guys doing? Like, we got kicked off the charter for something we didn't do.
I remember that they're taking their bags off the bus.
It was embarrassing.
The bus was underneath it.
So Ciampa spent the entire night on the phone, basically. And then we had Chris Westcott, who eventually became the head writer. He came down. The guys from Oklahoma City with the farm team came down, so we partied with them that night. Caught a early flight out to St. Louis at 7 a.m. Got to St. Louis, basically went right to the hotel. There was an availability right when we got there. We worked the game that night, and in the first intermission, Mark went back and talked to Steve. Steve was pleasantly surprised to see us and appreciated the fact that we hopped on a commercial flight and scrambled to get to St. Louis to cover the game. Business as usual. And he goes, all right, you're back on the charter tonight. And we were back for the rest of the trip. But the writer was reprimanded, ended up not being with the organization after that, but has since gone on to a very prominent,
he's doing
good
fine.
career. He's done very good for
himself. It's one of those things when you work for the you can't bite the hand that feeds, and you have to know that. And I think that was one of the situations. Like he was probably right.
Yes,
the Oilers,
they were soft.
But
Can't be on EdmontonOilers.com.
no.
But
that was 2014.
that was 2012 or 2013.
Can't bite the hand that feeds.
The lockout had
ended. You got to
ended.
remember that, and I sometimes have to remember that as well. So just
That's fair, but
remember who you're working for.
But also, you also have to, I agree with that, but to just go with you're off the flight, and then you're just causing the company more money.
It did.
it cost even more money.
Well, yeah, because now you guys aren't going to pay for that. The Oilers are going to have to pay for that.
Well, when they threw us off, when they threw their reporters off the charter, they're like, we were paying $1,000 a leg on that charter.
Yeah.
So they cost them the money. Now you got an empty seat, no one's sitting in it. Where before you had a seat that someone was paying $1,000 to sit in.
Sure, but that cost you that little extra money. Here, it's like we still have this plane, but also we're going to pay on top of
Yeah, I'm
this.
paying on top of you.
And
guys.
We're going to pay for all these people on top of that to make sure they get everywhere.
Yeah.
And make sure that it's just our organization has a tougher time with things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
But that's a guilty by association thing. That's
Right.
your department's going to pay.
And that's what Steve told us. He goes, I'm not mad at you guys. It's because he's in your department.
Yeah.
And what he wrote.
There's a
And we're
different
like,
way to handle
what?
that
We didn't
one, though,
even know.
than
I'm like, I didn't even
Get
know.
off the plane.
Yeah.
And you might not make it tomorrow.
There's a knee-jerk reaction, but we've all
Anyway,
made those.
that did happen. And it involved St. Louis, and we had to go through that airport in St. Louis. It was just like, oh my God, you got to be kidding me.
But yeah, so it's.
Did you
They
guys
would
go
always
first
threat-
class?
No, we didn't. But we got
I
another.
would be charging tickets as expensive as possible.
I know. Ciampa, don't get me. Ciampa's very budget conscious, and now he's a VP. So I think he's a good team player and good company man. But we did get to stay another night at the Crescent Court in Dallas, which is a great
That's a
hotel.
nice hotel.
It's a beautiful hotel. It's like $600 a night.
Oh,
so-
yeah, I would just be like, the GM kicked us off. We had nowhere else to go. This is the only hotel that was available for
Pretty
us.
much. That was it.
Yeah, it was
How'd you go and set up?
$1,000 a night, and only
For
spots
three people.
open on the plane ride was
didn't
first
find
class.
anyone,
We took first class, so
Yeah.
sorry about that. Talk to the GM.
Those were interesting times.
Those were very interesting
like,
times.
we got
Yeah.
kicked. They would always threaten to kick us off the charter. Like they always had that card to play.
Yeah.
JJ would always say, "We don't like what you write. We can throw you off the charter." I was like, "JJ, we paid for that. We
Literally
pay for that.
paid for
we
it,
literally pay for that seat. You're not doing us a favor. We're paying for that seat. It's a business arrangement. And if you don't want it, I'm sure our paper would be like, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then eventually we did get thrown off because Pat Quinn didn't want us on the plane. Mm-hmm. He realized in March, I think, that we were on the plane.
Well, again,
when the season ended in April.
If
what are those
there's-
guys on our plane for?
If there's a
Been on the plane
publisher
all
out
year,
there,
Pat.
I will happily write a book about all the crap I saw and dealt with.
There was a
You
lot.
wanna- yeah,
It was like the
like-
Decade at Dark. The book is there to be written.
Yeah,
You just need-
I've got all the stories,
Yeah.
and I even went to Sandor. I'm like, "Who's your publisher?" Because I've got some stories.
There's some
to
good
tell.
stories, but the problem, like I was talking to Rob Tichkowski about this. You need some of the players to weigh in. You need Horkoff to weigh in. You need Pronger to weigh in. You need some of those guys that were there in those meetings when Pat Quinn would go off on these tangents and rants and go one way or the other.
Yeah.
Where he wouldn't know the players' names. So I remember, I love Pat Quinn, but it was like having your grandfather coach the hockey team. Like just, it's like, what is, I remember Andrew Cogliano, what is he always referred to as that young man?
Well,
He doesn't know my name.
well, what about Theo Peckham?
Theo Peckham, yeah,
Do
that's
you
a great
tell
story.
that? Do you want me to tell that story?
Well, you can.
I'll start it. Like Theo made the team, right? This was like one of his. I think it was his first year on the team.
No,
So
I thought he was on a call up.
okay,
Yeah.
he was on the team.
Yeah, he's on
All
the
right,
team.
he's playing games. Like
Yeah.
and like it was the day between games or whatever, and he was at like a Earl's or something downtown. And Pat Quinn was there. And Theo, after dinner, goes up to Pat. Hey, coach, good to see you. Man, you know, we'll have a good one tomorrow, whatever. And what does Pat respond with?
Goes, oh, nice to meet you, son. What do you do? Theo goes, I played
Well,
defense for you, coach.
I'm your third
I've
pair
been
D,
here for
man.
like 9 games. Oh, okay. We'll see you at practice tomorrow. No clue who he was.
Yeah.
What do you do? And Theo told us that
On
story,
your
and we're
team.
looking at him going, what?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, he had no clue who I was. Like, nice, he had no clue who half the team was. To be honest with you.
Well, at that point, Pat was,
yeah.
I loved him. Like, he would always give
great.
you something, and he was a very nice man.
Yeah.
But it was just like, it was time to move on,
Yeah.
and he didn't. And the Oilers gave him an opportunity. There was that story, too, about the intermission where the Oilers were on a penalty kill.
Yeah, the intermission. So the Oilers are losing badly in the intermission.
30th
They
place
go
season.
in.
Yeah.
So the team's sitting there waiting for Pat to address them. They're waiting. They're
It's in
waiting.
March, by the
they're
way.
waiting. Pat's not coming. Pat's not coming. So Sean Horkoff goes, well, I'm going to go see if Coach wants to talk to us. Goes into the room, knocks on the door. Hey, Coach. And he goes, yes. And he's Pat Quinn sitting there watching the Briar.
Feet up on the desk with a cigar.
The intermission.
Yeah.
He goes, no worry about these. Watching the Briar.
Yeah. He's like, Pat, you want to talk about the PK? He goes,
Sean goes, we're done. Sorry, we're done here, guys. We're done.
yeah.
It's over. That's a great, and there's a bunch of stories like that where, you know, I love, like I said, we love Pat. He came one day, he was at practice. And the thing about Pat, whoever his tailor was he was
Great
always
suits.
dressed impeccably. He like, he
Three
had
piece.
amazing.
Yeah.
great suits.
Pocket
he always looked
squares.
amazing. It was
Yeah.
like, oh my God, you look amazing, Pat. But one day he came to practice looking amazing. I'm like, what is going on? He's doing the press conference looking amazing. And he was like, what's happening here? He goes, oh, he thinks it's a game day. He got confused. I was like, oh, geez, Louise.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was a rough era.
it was
It was
a rough
It was
year.
an interesting
Yeah.
year. And Tom Rennie, God bless him, was like right there to kind of try and steer him in the right
Yeah.
direction. You know?
Handle what needed to be handled.
Yeah, yeah.
And get things done. And it's no wonder he then was just the
Right,
coach
took
after
over,
that.
But you know, that was a situation. It was
It all
interesting
led to
years.
Connor McDavid.
Yeah.
In a roundabout
stand
way.
by
All
that.
roads led to Connor McDavid.
Okay, here's a question from Pat via the inbox. Pat asks, didn't Kevin try to fight someone for writing an article about the team not being tough enough at a game at the, he said Skyreach Center, so at the
No,
old
it wasn't
building.
Kevin Lowe. It was Dallas Aikens. Went
I
after
do
Mark
remember
Spector.
that. Yeah,
Went after Mark Spector.
I remember that.
Oh, I do remember that.
Because it was in a press conference.
Yes, I was there actually for that
when
one.
You were there?
Spector went off on, you have no toughness on your team, you have no team toughness. And then after the press, it was back in the old building. We were kind of one in those dressing
Remember that
rooms in
coach's
the
room?
back, a
Smelled like
coach's room,
piss.
dressing
The
room in the
locker rooms
back.
are right there.
Oh, yeah.
It was gross. And so in that little hallway after Dallas Aikens went after
The yelling
and screaming at Mark.
Becton back
and,
down.
and
JJ had to get in there.
It was, I would have liked to see what would happen.
Say it to my face.
Yeah.
He's like, okay.
Problem was that there for a long time there, the Oilers just had no toughness. Like they didn't respond to guys getting run. Alex Hemsky was getting run every game. No one said anything. No one did anything. And it's just the way it was. It's like they just didn't have that guy to answer the bell. Like, so, And so, Dallas Aikens did not take kindly to that line of questioning.
You were there for that one.
I was there for that one. Yeah.
So that was it. It
I
wasn't
remember
Kevin.
the big.
I remember Kevin Lowe got upset with a video guy once because I think he came in early and was some goalie or somebody was skating or something, and Kevin wasn't happy that he had gotten there before practice. It wasn't Dave Parker, I think it was someone else from CTV. And then it was like, so he kind of grabbed him a little bit or something. But I think Kevin's a nice guy. He's got a trigger temper.
Oh,
Yeah,
right?
Dan Tensers talks about those quite a bit.
Yeah, he's got like
Where he'd say something on the broadcast, and Kevin Lowe would come and find him and get mad.
They used to give him old computers and old cell phones.
And phones, yeah. Well, in
They would end
Montreal,
up against the wall.
in Montreal, the Oilers went down 2-0. I was at this game, and it was at Bell Center, and the Oilers go down 2-0 pretty early on, and I think Kevin smashed his phone, and then I'm walking to go get a hot dog at the media lounge, so you have to go through the catwalk, and I think it was Patty Garland's like, look what Kevin did, and he points at the base of the wall that's in the catwalk, and there's a hole in it. And I was like, did he punt that? He goes, oh yeah, and he smashed his phone. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And then the Oilers ended up coming back and winning that game.
So
Because of that.
He was happy.
they were
on the
intense
plane.
times, but Kevin was a pretty intense competitor. He was pretty intense when he was a GM. So, but like I said,
I like him a
I'm
lot.
huge
I have
fan
a
of
ton of
Kevin
respect for him.
Oh, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
Great guy. So it's stressful. Back then, you could see the stress on the GMs, on the coaches. It was killing them to not have success because they were supposed to. They went to the Stanley Cup Final in 2006, and then they had to. They should have reloaded. They had to trade Pronger, and then they decided, okay, we're gonna. And then Ryan Smith walked away.
Yeah, wow.
We're gonna have to try and rejiggle this thing, and then the guys that they got didn't really work out. Some of those young guys, and then the first rebuild was Gagne, Cogliano.
Yeah.
And Tom Gilbert.
Yeah.
That didn't work out. Then there was a second rebuild.
Robert Nilsson is in there.
Robert Nilsson is in there. And there was another guy.
Ryan O'Mara was part of that trade.
There was another guy with a flashy,
Yarvi?
Who is the guy that did
Omar.
Linus Omar?
Yeah.
That did the spin around.
That was Hall, Omar, Pjarvi, Everly.
Yeah.
So these
That was
guys are
number
supposed to
2.
be, and it didn't work out. And then you got Hall, and that didn't work out. And it's just it was frustrating time.
Oh, yeah.
This team was used to winning success, and now suddenly they couldn't find success. It's just
Do you remember in Pittsburgh when, was it you and Speck or was it someone else got into it, or was Maddie got into it with Peter?
no, that was me.
That was you?
Well, what happened?
I like how you just respond. That's me.
That was me.
Oh, yeah.
What happened is I was working for the Journal at the time, or the Sun, because I was there with Maddie. Maddie was with the Journal. I was with the Sun, and we were actually on the road trip. And then before we even got on the plane, we said, "Hey, the PR guy JJ, we'd like to have a few minutes with Peter Chiarelli." This was when Connor McDavid was hurt.
Yeah.
Went slamming into the wall.
Yeah.
Wasn't on the trip. We'd like to talk to Peter Chiarelli if that's possible. Just State of the Union, see what's going on with whatever. So Maddie and I on the trip. We're in Detroit. We're sitting in one section. There's Peter in another section. Said, "Hey JJ, can we just go over there and talk to Peter? Would he have a problem with that?" He goes, "Oh well, let me see. Let me see." All the while, Mark Spector calls him up, and he's on the phone with Mark Spector, a section away from where we're sitting in Detroit, right? And so he gets all the goods on Connor McDavid. Oh yeah, we think Connor's ahead of schedule. We think this, we think that, we think this and that. So sure enough, Mark gets an exclusive with Peter Chiarelli. Well, we've been asking for Peter Chiarelli. We're going through
The proper channels.
and we get screwed over. And then Mark Oh, and an exclusive with Sportsnet, only to Sportsnet, sent to Sportsnet.
Oh, boy.
Basically sticking it to us that, hey, I'm not even on this trip, and I'm talking to Shirelli. You guys are on the trip, you got nothing. So we blew up.
You
and
guys were pissed.
JJ, we got mad. And JJ, he called us right away. As soon as the article came up, let's go for dinner. Let's talk about this. Because he knew we were mad.
Damage
we were
control.
mad. It was total damage control. And so then I think the next game was in Pittsburgh. So far, okay, Peter will talk to you in Pittsburgh. Well, it's beside the fact he's already made the exclusive. We're like, it doesn't mean
The news
nothing.
is out.
Right. Then so, we'll talk to him. So we're sitting there, and I didn't realize that the Oilers at the time live streamed everything. That there was just.
How
it was
did you
just-
not know? We
because
literally
because
had a camera that was hooked up to a thing that pumped up everything
it was
live.
Like you guys are on the road, but this is like you guys just started live streaming everything at the time.
Yeah,
Right?
Our camera guy carried a backpack with a live streaming
Well,
capabilities.
I thought it was recorded. I don't know. Anyway, so Peter's talking to us, and his phone rings, and he goes, "Oh," and he picks up, and I said, "Is that Mark Spector?"
Yes. I was like, "Oh, I'm in the scrum."
And
like,
he looked at me and went,
"Oh,
Why would you say that? Oh, I'm just wondering. Because I was pissed. I was not happy. JJ bought us dinner, then I was still pissed. Then after, I was like, listen, Peter, if I can I just pick up my phone and call you? Like, you screwed us over. Like, he needed to know that he screwed us over. And now my boss is yelling at me saying, we're paying all these thousands of dollars to send you on a road trip just so a guy at home can pick up his phone and call him? I'm
Yeah.
like, what do I tell my boss? Oh, I didn't understand how things were. BS, he didn't understand. He knew exactly.
He's from Boston. He was in Boston
He knew
before.
exactly
He
what
knows
he
how
was
that
doing.
works.
He knew
Yeah.
exactly what he's doing. I'm like, okay, well, as long as I know what the situation is. So JJ got mad at me. He's like, oh, how you challenge our GM? And I was like,
hey,
hey.
I thought it was hilarious.
I was
I had to hold.
I had to tell him, like,
My
this is
laugh
not, this
so
is,
bad.
Yeah,
this is-
that'd be a tough one not to laugh to.
I was like, this is the way, But then I get to Toronto. I was like, hey, did you hear what happened? I was like, I was there. I was me. Yeah, that was me. It was kind of like when I was working junior hockey, I got into it with Brent Sutter after a game because he was, Brent, like you talk about intense competitors. He was if his team lost, if his team won, and he kind of yelled at me at the hallway. He was upset with his team, but he took it out on me, which is, it happens. They're going to take it out on the.
I had that happen with McClellan to me in Washington.
Take it out on you. I get it. I was a young reporter. I wrote an article ripping him. Like, hey, man, you can't treat people this way. There's repercussions to treating people this way.
Yeah.
So the next time he's like, oh, he's not talking to you after a game. And then we came up and we're like, I got stopped before I got to the Rebels locker room. And then it was back in.
Did Mooner stop you?
No,
Because that would be amazing.
It was the assistant coach.
Oh, okay.
Mooner was there. He knew the whole story.
Oh,
Mooner was
yeah.
there. The thing is, so him and I went back and forth a little bit and whatever. Because you can't just crap on people and not expect them to respond. Like there's going to be a response. And at the time, my response was a call him. Okay, this is what he's doing. Like someone's got to stand up and say, hey, man, you can't treat people this way.
Right.
And I said, and I think the last line was like, if he doesn't want to talk to us after he wins, we won't talk to him after he loses. Or if he doesn't want to talk to us after he loses, we won't talk to him after he wins. So they ended up winning that game. And then I'm not talking to you. Like we're kind of screaming at each other because the assistant coach is like, no, we're done. It's like, okay, I don't care to talk to you. And I left. And then anyway, the sewing circle in the Western Hockey League gets around. Like it was an argument, then it was a fist fight, then it was a wrestling match. It was like, it was just two guys yelling at each other. And then I remember I came up here and I was up here. I was in the Oilers press box and I think it was Dean Millard came up to me and goes, oh yeah, Brett Sutter's crazy. I heard he got into a big fight with a reporter in Medicine Hat. Yeah, that was me. That was you. That was me. But it went from two guys arguing with each other to like
Full of
Battle.
brawl.
full on brawl. I had to separate
Steel
us.
chair being used.
Hey, what?
You know.
I'm not
Yes.
dumb enough to try and take on Brent Sutter because
Yeah.
I'd be left in a puddle. Right? Like, let's be honest here. And
Sutter
it
boys,
was
man.
funny how the story just made its rounds around the junior
lore.
circuit, the lower circuit. That Brent Sutter and this reporter got into this massive fight.
Mooner told me a story about Sutter one time that, he read everything, right? And some article that was written pissed him off so much that he kept
Yeah,
it
that was
in
mine.
He kept it in
That
his
was
breast
my
pocket.
pocket.
Kept it in his just
Yes.
His
his
breast pocket.
Because
And he
what
like had
happened
his
is
Was he
fold up.
waiting for you to pull it out?
Well, no, what happened? Yes.
Or is it just to
so I was there
remind
with
himself?
I was there with the TV guy at the time, and then when the assistant coach stopped us, like we all knew the story. And actually, during the game, I think it was the Tigers. Just a head up, Sutter's on the warpath. He's really pissed off with you about that story. It's like, all right, we're gonna talk to him for sure.
Here we go.
And I was praying that the Tigers would win that game because I think it would have been perfect. The Tigers got kicked. And then, so me and the TV guy go down there, like expecting something to happen. The assistant coach cuts us off, and the TV guy goes, I don't want to talk to you. And Brett comes out, and that's when him and I started screaming at each other. And so the TV guy goes, busting past the assistant coach. He goes, Brett, what's the problem? What's the problem? He goes, I don't have a problem with you. I have a problem with that guy. And he pulled the article on him as lapel boy. So it was like, wow, like that's really petty. Like it was like this is back before like the internet did. Like it was like the only people that read that are the people in Medicine Hat. Like Medicine Hat News wasn't going
It doesn't
anywhere.
get picked up by the Journal or the Sun or
Exactly.
Vancouver Province or anything like that.
The superlatives
But
aren't getting printed
We ended
out.
up working out. Like it was like fine, it happened. We move on. But it's funny how the lore of that story. But yeah, that was my story that he had. In
That's
his lapel
hilarious.
pocket. And he goes, and he pulls out, and like my buddy Dave, he pulled out the article from his, like he had cut it out of the paper and put it in his pocket. And I'm sure he probably used it in the room to inspire the
course.
kids or whatever. And all this.
Did he put it back in his pocket after?
I guess
Because I
after.
would have wanted that.
Yeah. Oh,
I would have been like, if is he throwing that down, I'm taking that. This is the newspaper
It was
Brent
awesome.
Sutter
It
cut
was
out.
awesome. But no, we kind of hashed it out.
I really like the Sutters. I've met Brent, I think briefly, but just like a hello, I'm Tom, whatever. And then same with Daryl. We did
Daryl's
the press
awesome.
but Rich Sutter is phenomenal, a great guy, and Dwayne Sutter, he used to be with the Oilers. Same thing, just great
They're
dudes.
good guys. They're
Yeah,
just
they're awesome
competitive and
people.
fiery
Porter
and-
spoke glowingly
They
of
are.
Brent
And
Sutter
but
and how
Brent
good
said
of a
he-
dude
he
Brent is.
Treated
actually.
his
They're good
staff
friends.
really well. He treated
Yes.
people really well. It's just that he hated losing, where he'd lose his mind. If he, there's stories of like, just he'd lose his mind if they lost, like, and he'd go crazy. But he didn't care. Like he didn't care how the team necessarily played. It was just win or loss to him. They won. He was in great mood. They lost. They could have outshot a team because that particular game that they lost to the Tigers, they outshot him like 45-12 or something like that. And they had a 3-1 lead going into the third period. And they blew the 3-1 lead on 2 mistakes. And they lost 4-3 in overtime. So that's when I was like, so what happened was I knew he was going to be pissed off. And I knew he was going to walk out. So I cut him off. So I went, instead of going one way around, I went the other way because I knew he had to go to the bus. And I was like, you got a minute? And he was going to walk right past me. And then he was mad on his team. He was yelling at his team. He was swearing. He's just like, dude, you can't treat people this way. Like, you can't tell people F off, basically. So, but that was,
I love that.
But that's the beauty of working in a small market. And I think that's what, I've had talks with kids at school, like some of my teacher friends kind of come in and talk about your job and do things, is that's where you go to learn and make your mistakes, because then you don't make them at the higher levels, right? That's just like anything else, like hockey or whatever. And I know the opportunities aren't there anymore. You went to Lloyd, right?
I did.
Gene
2
was
years.
in Lethbridge. Gene Principe was in Lethbridge. There was guys that you go and work at those smaller markets. You find your voice. You find your niche. You make your mistakes. You get in your fights with your coaches. You do those things, and then it's a learning process. And I think and it's unfortunate that there's not as many opportunities to do that. They closed Chat 6 and 3 in Medicine Hat. This one day the employee showed up and said, we're done.
Recently.
It was like, what? Like small town newspapers are closing like crazy. Small town radio stations are closing like crazy. So like, I see that these young kids want to get in the industry and the business. My sister works for radio and television, right? That place is full, these, broadcasters. But it's unfortunate that the stepping stone to get to where they want to go, they're not around anymore.
Well, Lloyd got shut down abruptly a couple months ago.
Yep.
My
Lloyd
old
did, Medhat
station.
did.
Yeah.
I thought I saw a place in BC. They were shutting down, but all the staff have teamed together to keep it going.
Wow.
But they're all owners. It's like a co-opted thing.
Oh, okay.
They're trying to do to see if they can get it going that way.
Well, I remember
there's no places to make the mistakes in.
RDTV went down.
RDTV
like
was
a lot
crazy.
of
That was a good
people
one.
went through RDTV. I'm not even
Quinn
sure
Phillips.
if the Red Deer Advocate is still there, to be honest.
But even like Shaw TV, those community broadcasts.
They were great.
Right.
I learned there, volunteer. That's where I learned.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Sergio and I volunteered. Shaw Cable, they used to have Channel 10 shows or whatever.
Yeah.
No, it's from a TV perspective, when Gene Principe is done, there's not a full pipeline to replace Gene as the Edmonton bureau on Sportsnet.
No.
Before, just not that long ago, you have a stable of, you could go to Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton, Winnipeg, Toronto. You go to the local globals or CTVs there, and that person
And you
gets
work
the promotion.
Your way. Yeah.
And then they hire someone else, and
Yeah.
it's that chain. But now it's like, okay, well, there are no sports departments off the country. Like the pool to choose from is small.
Yeah.
And like sports centers, even I don't know how they keep finding someone because I don't know where these people are coming
Well,
from.
it's pretty easy what SportsCenter keeps doing. They're hiring young people, and they're just in Toronto. Like you don't see anybody out of
I don't even know
BC,
what
Edmonton,
they've
Calgary,
done.
Winnipeg. Nobody gets bumped into TSN anymore from around the country. It's just whoever's a young person that they think is half decent. Like they put the bar down people on the desk.
That's what it looks like. Hey, you were good on social media. Now you could go do sports.
Yeah,
center.
and then like on Sportsnet, they get the young people in, and they'll do like the plays of the week or whatever, and those are live to tape shows, so you can screw up. And then if those people are ready and good enough on air live, then they might get them into a late night sports desk type of situation where they're reading highlights. That path is gone. And that's how they do it. And you're like, who are these people? I've never heard of them, seen them before. It's like, well, they're local. They know somebody. They have a connection to someone higher up, and that's how they get brought in. That's how it works now.
We used to we used to have a segment on Chat 6 and 3. They used to bring me in, live segment, and we'd talk about, just kind of like this. And that's, you kind of learn what you can and can't say. Like, it's funny because small towns, they can criticize themselves. Like if I'm from Medicine Hat, I can criticize Tigers as much as I want. Outsider like me criticize the Tigers. Oh, suddenly like, hey, who the hell do you think you are? Criticizing our hockey team. Because I did. I was like, listen, this team has to be run better. It's got to be, this better. It's this better, this better.
Was Rick Carriere in charge at the time, or Bobby Green?
Well, Bobby Green were there, but they had just gotten there.
Okay.
Right? Because this team was like languishing. So I got there, and I think a month into my tenure, the coach fired the GM. So, and then we were talking, it was like, has to be better, this has to be better, this has to be better, this has to be better. They brought in your Carrier, brought in Bob Green, they brought in these guys.
People having dinner, the breakfast or breakfast.
Oh, there's a lot of phone calls.
They were reading your stuff and they didn't like you.
Because I was a new guy, right? I was relatively new.
Yeah.
Like, who is this outsider telling us that our Tigers stink? Don't they know Lanny McDonald played here 30 years ago? That was like
Trevor Linden.
And the Gassoff
Kelly
brothers,
Rudy.
like that's all I heard of. I was like, that was 30 years ago. But
It
then,
reminds me of another city.
yeah,
Wait a second.
that was 30 years ago. We need to move on. Let's move on. I'm sure there'll be another reunion here coming up shortly, right? For the Oilers, must be when. What was
For
the last
what?
cup?
The 1990?
Yeah, but there was
35 years ago, man.
What was it? 88 they won.
87, 88.
So there's going to be.
Well, so
I don't
was it
think
84,
40 years?
85? Well, did they do anything? They didn't do anything this year
Nope.
for 85.
I think, listen, I was still with the team when they did that 2020 or the Century Greatest Team or
Greatest
whatever
team
it
ever,
was.
basically.
I guess
there
that
was
was the last
20,
big one.
there was
2015.
yeah.
The switch
No.
from Rexall to Rogers.
Well, we had the farewell. That was
Yeah.
that was a great party, hey?
Yeah,
That
got home at
was a
6 in the
hell of a
morning.
night. Yeah,
That
I
was a
went
great
home
night.
at like 5. I'm like,
Oh, it was
oh,
a good night.
my
The last
girlfriend
night
was
at
just
last night at Wrexham.
bombed. Yeah.
I'm just trying to think because they haven't done anything like
They
did
had,
84, but that was kind of
no,
it.
but was the all century team? When
They did 84, then we had Farewell Rexall Place, then they did the Century Greatest Team or Centennial Greatest Team in 2017 or whatever it was. And there was no appetite from the organization to put on another one of those, but the league made them because it was celebrating 100 years of the NHL. So like, you need to do something. You were voted by the fans. I think they had like 3 million or
that
4
84
million
team,
votes.
right, was voted the best team ever.
85 Oilers, yeah. So they had to do it, and they did. And it was actually really good. That was like my
Wayne was here. Janet was here.
Everyone,
I think they
yeah.
brought Pocklington back.
Yeah, so that was before Rexall closed.
Yeah,
No,
it
this was
after.
at the new
It was
building.
at the new building.
Pocklington didn't come in. Pocklington was here at Rexall.
He was here for farewell
For that-
Rexall.
No, he was here
84 reunion.
That's what it was.
Yeah, that's right.
He wasn't at the new building?
No,
Oh, okay.
no.
Because then he got the standing ovation and brought a tear to his eyes. He says, I don't know how I was going to be, treated.
There've been so many
And he hasn't done that since. So, I don't know. I don't think they celebrate anything right now.
No, because they need to
Too
move
much. The
forward.
team, well, and the team's just doing so well, too, that...
Well, didn't they
you
do the
distract
pass the
from that.
torch thing to in the new building? Didn't they do a little ceremony where Messi passed the torch?
They left the puck.
Gretzky, didn't
Yeah, they left the puck at center for Connor, and then
Yeah.
the Flames were coming on the ice. And,
And then Connor picked up the puck shot in there. Something like I can't remember what it was.
yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, so
It was supposed to be handing it off to him.
Moved on,
Yeah.
apparently. So
Well, I don't think those guys are too keen on coming back every time anymore. So
no, they're not. Unless
You can only tell the same story so many times.
yeah,
unless the team. Yeah, unless the team. But I don't. Were there weren't a lot of alumni around during the final this year, were there?
not like the Hall of Fame guys. Oh, Paul was on the bench, but
But they weren't like
Wayne was
usually when-
working.
I remember Curry would come in, and Wayne was working.
yeah, no, they didn't
you
do
know,
that.
Messier was working.
They brought like Cassian in, who was working for the team at the time. Gazdick was here working. But they had
Like
like
T was around.
Mac T was
always
around,
around,
Belsey, Chris Joseph, Bucky, George was here.
So,
They brought Torres, Jason Smith.
so
It wasn't
they're
as big.
trying to get the later alumni. And I know I talked to Pat Garland about that. It's like, okay, we had our 80s guys, let's get
Yeah.
our 90s guys or
In the 2000s and
2000
stuff like that.
guys.
But the 90s guys are all working for other teams, and they don't really
yeah.
associate themselves necessarily as Oilers anymore.
So,
It's interesting.
well, yeah.
This is the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage, Canada's storage experts, more than 2 decades helping Canadians through life transition. Canadian storage provider. Be sure to buy Canadian. Today's the last day for the hot summer savings deal. 50% off 12 weeks on all units. As I said, sentinel.ca. We're about 22 minutes away from the Oil Kings press conference where they're going to announce their next head coach. I believe Reed Wilkins is going to that. So he will keep us up to date on who's the next coach of the Edmonton Oil Kings. Portions of this hour of the Hangout are also brought to you by GS Construction, setting the industry standard for 50 years with quality, efficiency, safety. Driving their success, GS Construction is a foundation built on teamwork, and now they want you to become part of their great team. Visit them, gsconstruction.ca. Derek Van Diest from NHL.com. Tommy, Matt, Benny with you here on the Hangout across all of Edmonton Sports Talk's audio streams, YouTube, as well as thank you to those listening on podcast. Coming up at 11 o'clock, myself and Huss, we've got Lock Shop. Week 9 in the Canadian Football League. We'll go through the 4 games. We've got 2 guys and a goalie today. Reed will be back for that. Him, Gage, or Cass. We got EST Afternoons and the Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne. That's all going to take you till 6 o'clock. And then at 6 o'clock on our audio streams, we do have the Turf District on our stream as well. Can the Elks get it done against Hamilton on Saturday?
Was Hamilton 5-2?
Yeah.
And the Elks are 1-5?
Yeah.
5-game heater for the Tabbies.
Oh, I
Went to
don't-
BC, got a victory. Come from behind victory against the Lions this past weekend.
Well, Cody for Jars get the start.
Yes.
So they've made the change at QB.
They have, and
For
it's his
now.
ball for the time being. Talked to him on Tuesday at practice. Really nice guy.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's excited. He said like going in was, we remember they had those series where they would get him in instead of Trey.
Yeah. And they bring him out for,
Yeah,
made no
he said
sense.
that was weird. And then he said it's trickier when you come in and replace a guy mid-game like he had to do before that, where you're just trying to provide a spark. I tried to do that against BC, but now he said he was just rough and off rhythm in the first half against Sask, and then he said he kind of started to get back into a groove in the second half, and we saw that in the fourth quarter when they were trying to play catch-up, made it a game. But he says like this week he's feeling good taking those first team reps. So hopefully that translates to a better result. We'll see. I mean, everything that the Ticats are touching turns to gold right now.
The offensive line. If they're not going to, if the Elks don't improve their offensive line, it doesn't matter who's playing back there. You could have me back there. It's not going to work.
But
I could be a tackling dummy.
the thing that I would say, one is like Jed Roberts this week was on with Reed and Jay. He said he felt Cody was holding on the balls a little too long. The other thing is the O-line been bad all year. And Trey has masked it to a degree.
Well, because he
of his
can
speed.
run.
That's the one question I want to see this
he
weekend.
can run and scramble, and Fajardo's not that running, scrambling guy. And if they think he's holding on to the ball too long, then they got to run quicker patterns.
100%.
You can't run down the
OC
field.
Civic hasn't been good enough this season.
No, it's like you got to run your slants, and you got to run your quick outs, and you got to run those patterns. You can't throw the ball down the field. And right now, from what I've seen, sitting in my seat in section
D?
Where are we?
D row 5.
D row 5.
Like, you don't even know where you are.
Seat 13, 14, 15, and 16.
Don't throw it all out there.
Well, I don't care. People know where I sit.
Well, he's on the field.
I'm not.
I know,
I'm not.
he doesn't have to deal
Go
with
bug
that.
Derek.
People are going to come throw beer on me now. Oh, no,
Why are they throwing beer on
I
it?
don't know.
We're there to have a good time together.
From what I've seen is that it starts with the offensive line, and you need, and if you're the OC and you think, okay, our O line is not that good, then you got to run quicker plays. You got to run your quicker reads, and I remember I had a long chat with Ed Hervey about football once, and he was really adamant about there's a lot of one read and run quarterbacks in this league where they make the read. If their guy's not open, then they're gone. You need time to go through your progressions. Primary, secondary, drop-off guy. Like, you have to have that time. If you don't have that time, right? If a guy's covered, You can't throw him the ball, right? And then you have a lot of. I always enjoyed receivers that, I used to have a phrase where they would get open once you've thrown the ball, and then they would stand there like, "Look, I'm wide open." I was like, "Yeah, but you weren't wide open 2 seconds ago when I had the ball in my hands." Right? Like, there's a lot of guys like that will run a pattern, and he's covered. Okay, well, I can't throw it to him. You throw it somewhere else, and obviously the defense breaks off, and then suddenly, I'm wide open down the
Why
field.
didn't you throw
Why
it
didn't
to
you
me?
throw it to me? Because when I had the ball in my hands, you weren't wide open down the field. You only got wide open down the field when I threw the
After it
ball.
was gone.
And I see that a lot. And guys be like, "Look at me, I was standing here by myself after the ball was thrown. That doesn't count." So, yeah, but I think it starts with the O-line. It starts with the O-line, and it starts. And you got to get the running game going, because if the O-lines can kind of just, tape their ears back and just come at your quarterback, you're in trouble.
Well, and it's the same, like the run's not working when they've done it a little bit, but they're doing the same run. It's just, here's the ball go up the middle.
Up the middle, yeah.
Like, not trying to do anything different or a little more creative to mix in the runs and try to get it going.
Yeah.
But it's also one of those things where running, like, you sometimes just have to keep running into that brick wall.
Yeah.
Because at one point, you're just going to break one.
Bust through,
And you're going to bust through, and it's going to be gone. And then the run game opens up after that. It's weird how it works, but it's that dam that you're just trying to bust through, and then eventually it breaks, and it's open.
Well, O-linemen, they prefer running to throwing, because, as one of them put it to me, they'd rather be the hammer than the nail.
Yes.
So you're going forward and knocking people down. The running game, you're backing up.
And you can't go all game. Like, you have to know how to be the nail then, in that sense. But you got to have a balance for the O-line so that they can go do both.
Yeah, and then also what I've observed from my seat in row 5, section D, is
Great seats. I've had them for 20 years.
they are great seats. Is that if your offense goes 2 and out, you can't have your defense on the field for the next 10 minutes.
Well, that game against BC, they had 17 minutes of possession.
Bing, driving a ball down the field. Make a play, make a stop. But that's my observation. As a fan now, I'm just a fan now. I'm not here in a critical eye or anything. I'm just a fan.
What are you doing right now?
I'm saying from my observation from my fan seat.
Oh, okay.
Which is where a lot of people are.
That's like giving you the gears. It's kind of fun.
No, but
I've
I'm
missed
just
You're a
it.
saying-
season ticket holder.
I'm a season ticket holder now.
Yes,
so.
he is.
And Emerson won't be there, so I'm taking a buddy. Emerson's camping this weekend.
Nice.
Yeah.
It is August long weekend.
Yeah.
I forgot about this. I don't know when we have long weekends anymore.
This upcoming weekend's a long weekend.
Monday's
Amazing.
off.
Monday we're off.
Amazing.
It's just a civic holiday. There's no name to it, right?
It's Heritage Days.
Heritage
Isn't that the
Days?
official?
Isn't it
I don't think
Alberta
so.
Day or something?
I thought here
I think it's
Heritage
just a
Days.
civic. Is it? I don't know.
You know what? I don't care what it's called. I'll take it.
Heritage
Benny
Days.
likes it. Yeah.
Yep.
It is Heritage Day in Alberta. It's a civic provincial day regionally.
Perfect.
So it's not
August
across the country?
long. No, I don't believe it is across the country.
Okay.
I believe this one it's different in various parts. There is a long week in August in Canada, specifically on the first Monday, which is known as Civic Holiday.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Very
just a civic
nondescript.
holiday. There's
But
no-
here, I think it's called Heritage Days, like specifically. I thought it was. Yeah, no, here it's Heritage Days.
Okay. Well, I guess
So it might be.
Heritage Days is always fun, but they don't have it over at Horlack anymore. So I think they're over.
Well,
at,
Horlack's
Well,
going
Borden
under-
Park for the last year.
Yeah.
They're at Borden because Horlack's under the renovations.
Yeah.
And it's finished this year, early next year or something. So they'll be able to move back there for next year.
Yeah.
I really like Heritage Days.
So-
That's
A
lot
a
of fun.
great
Civic
city.
holiday
fun.
celebrated. It's a
Festival.
public holiday in some provinces and territories. Civic holiday is not a federally mandated holiday, although it's a day off for most employees across the country.
Ah,
So it's Regatta Day in Newfoundland,
of course.
Heritage Days in Alberta, Terry Fox Day in Manitoba, Saskatchewan Day in Saskatchewan, BC Day.
Terry
British
Fox Day in Manitoba. Isn't Terry Fox from BC?
Yeah, but he ran through Manitoba.
I don't think he got to Manitoba.
Listen, if you were to say, Tom,
I'm sorry. I'm
what
just
do you think
wondering.
sounds better? Terry Fox Day in Alberta or Civic Holiday?
No, I get
I would
that.
say
We're
let's
Heritage Days.
honor, or we have
We're
Heritage Day.
Heritage
Sorry.
Day. We're Heritage Day.
Yeah, yeah,
We're not
yeah.
a Civic Day or
Okay.
whatever.
But what's
or
the
Regatta
tie
Day.
for-
But I would
Terry
be like,
Fox
give
to
me Terry
Manitoba.
Fox. Heritage Days, I understand. I respect
I don't
that.
think
he's
Terry
just a
Fox
great
made it to
Canadian?
Manitoba.
Just because he's a great
He
Canadian.
didn't make it to Manitoba?
No,
But they're honoring a Canadian legend,
could
and
be
I
wrong.
respect that.
No, I get that.
Yeah, that might be just.
But
the
there's
thing.
got to be some
I think he's
Canadians
more than
from
worthy.
Manitoba.
Terry Fox Day.
He's a beacon of
Manitoba.
hope.
Yes, and he's raised a lot of money for cancer
Yep.
research.
It was designated in 2000. He was born in Winnipeg.
There you
Was
go.
he?
It says the day was
Boom.
officially designated.
I did not know. Okay, who knew he was born? I did not know. I thought he was
It
from
was
Vancouver.
designated in 2015 to honor the legacy of Terry Fox, who was born in Winnipeg.
I did not know. My bad. I did not know Terry Fox was born in Winnipeg.
Oh, now you
I
do.
thought he was
No.
from Vancouver.
Well, he was born in Winnipeg. He passed away in New Westminster, BC. What is his early life? He was born out there, spent his childhood in Winnipeg, moved to Surrey in 66. So he moved when he was 8 years old.
8 years old.
So
Okay.
you might be able to go a little boom back. I don't know.
I thought he was from BC.
I never thought I could get a boom with
Boom.
Terry Fox in my life.
Boom. Winnipeg. All right. Well, good on Winnipeg then.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
it.
so they have Terry Fox Day.
I like that.
Okay.
So
I
yeah,
thought- you know what, I
But
thought-
it's not a like not
I
everyone.
thought everyone had Terry Fox Day. I thought, don't we have like,
Oh, but so what do we have?
Yeah,
we
the Terry
have,
Fox run.
New Year's Day in January. We've
well,
got,
every month there's a holiday, right?
except one, June.
Ah,
there's nothing in June.
No day off in June because it's New Year's Day. You then get Family Day, March, April mix Easter.
Okay.
There's no other holiday in those 2 months. So one of those months doesn't get something, if I'm not mistaken. May's got Victoria Day. June's got nothing. Then we get Canada Day, Heritage Day, Labor Day, Truth and Reconciliation Day for those. Like, that's a mix. Some do it, some don't.
November.
Remembrance Day, Christmas.
Okay.
So we need to add one in June. And we should add Terry Fox Day in June.
Makes no difference to us. We have to work holidays. I don't know what a holiday is. I don't know what day of the week it is. What day of the week is it now?
Heritage Days we have off. It's gonna be great. I get 2 days off.
You guys off? Well, I got to
awesome.
work. I'm
I'm
sure.
very excited.
Something comes up. Connor McDavid signs. I got to go
Oh my god.
deal with it.
Oh my god.
It won't happen.
You
until-
work from home.
I still work. It's like it's still work. Right. So
Oh, I forgot Thanksgiving in there, did I? Or did I say?
No,
That's why
November
everyone
is-
knows Thanksgiving.
I think I skipped
October.
October.
Yeah.
October Thanksgiving.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Thanksgiving
Yeah.
is October.
So,
Can you tell we hang out a lot?
Just a little bit.
I'm just
Although
saying.
you haven't hung out in a while, it seems like.
I know.
it's been well.
Photos
He
are
went
catching up.
to the Gretzky camp. I haven't seen him since he got back from the Gretzky camp.
There hasn't been just like a grand reunion at Kelly's.
He
No,
You
invited
didn't
me the
come
other
back
day.
immediately
Invited him
and
the
go
other
right
day,
to
but he's
Kelly's.
like,
I can't, not with morning show and the football
No,
game.
it's-
Yeah,
this
but you
weekend.
had the like Monday. Well, I guess we were moving.
We're moving. No, there's priorities.
We were busy.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll get back there next week.
We'll get back
Maybe
there.
this weekend.
They were asking. about
Actually,
you.
after the football game,
Yeah.
Tommy will be ready for
Tom?
a
Where's
social
Tom?
sparkler.
Tom's with the Gretzkys. I said.
Is that at Kelly's? They're asking where Tom is?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be back. Trust me.
Yeah.
They know.
I think Pete was asking.
Pete? Oh, I'll see
Yeah,
Pete.
and,
soon.
but I think I said, yeah, you were in Idaho.
Yeah, it was good.
Don't you have any
Mayor,
good
deputy
stories?
mayor.
I do
Not
have
for
good. Not for air, but yeah.
Not for air.
Oh boy.
Oh, okay.
There's always going to be stories that aren't for hair.
stories.
I did tell the story. Did I not tell a story about the kid with the mom that was a psychologist? Do not let the anger overcome you. Do not let the anger overcome you. This kid was going berserk on me as goalie, and his mom was a psychologist. And
during the camp,
like on the ice, mid-session, I was working my group. I was overseeing the group session, and I'm getting a tap on the glass from one of the other instructors. And he's like, look at the goalie. I'm like, what about the goalie? I asked him if he was okay 2 minutes ago. He said, yeah. And I get there, he's going crazy. He's like, man, I can't believe I got passed over this. And then he's slamming his like blocker into the ice and his stick. And I'm like, whoa, buddy, what's going on? What's going on? And he's like, I didn't get into the rotation. Everybody hates me. And I was like, no. It's okay. Where do you want to go? Let's get you back on the ice, get you into a net. You're going to be okay. He's like, no, I hate it here. And then his mom's like tapping on the glass. And I talked to her a little bit just in the hallway waiting and stuff like that. I was doing team building. That was my thing. And then I got to go on the ice in the afternoons. And she's like, can you get his attention? Can you get him to look at me? And I'm like, okay. I'm like, but dude, your mom wants to talk to you. And so she's like doing these hand gestures. And then she's going like this. And I'm like, okay, I need to worry about these kids on the ice right now. But she's doing what Matthew's doing. She's like, don't let it overcome you. And then I go to the instructor that was on the bleacher side. And I go, hey, what was that mom saying to the kid? And he goes, yeah, I watched for like 2 seconds and I couldn't believe what was being said. It was very different method of parenting. And I'm like, okay, what was she saying? Because she was doing these weird hand gestures. He goes, yeah, she was going, do not let the anger overcome you. Do not let the anger overcome you. And guess what? The kid calmed down.
Did he? Well,
yeah, and then she made him call me and FaceTime me to apologize, which he didn't need to do. But he left early that day, came back the next day, and he was better. And she was very nice. Like, and she clearly has a
obviously
method.
she has these tantrums, and
But all these kids do. They all cry, man. Like,
what are you saying? They're soft kids nowadays.
we've always like I cried on the ice when I was a kid. I had stupid
He talks
reasons.
about his tantrums.
Yeah, I would go berserk. I'd go lose my temper. I'd have temper tantrums, but yeah, he was fine the rest of the week.
See, the thing is, I don't have any kids. So I just tell everyone else to raise them. And the problem I see, and this is for dealing with my niece and nephew and stuff like that, and maybe I don't think it'd be different. You gotta allow kids to be upset. You gotta allow kids to get like, if you get mad, I tell my sisters, don't go and try and deal with it. Let him work through his anger. You're allowed to be angry. You're allowed to be upset. Right? How are you going to deal with being angry or being upset if every time someone hears angry or upset?
Do not let the anger overcome you. That's how you deal with it.
But parents run. My kid's upset.
I gotta remember. I gotta mark it down somewhere. The whole saying. Do not let the anger overcome you.
Like my kid's upset. I got to get in there and deal with it. It's like, no, let him work through that. Like,
to an extent, there's a. I guess I have a story. I'll leave this guy nameless until the end. He's in the NHL. Oh, this is me. Okay. He's in the NHL right now. I was playing novice first year. I was playing a lower tier than what I probably should have been playing. And I was used to scoring every game or whatever, and I was used to being the best player on the ice. And we were playing this one team in Edmonton. I can't remember who, but it was a defenseman, and he was really good, better than me, and I think he stole a puck from me or something. Near the end of a game, they were winning, and I hadn't scored or something. He stole a puck from me, and I raised my stick to slash his head off.
Ooh.
And I got I needed that basically, and I remember getting punished from my dad. And that player was Owen Zellweger.
Oh,
I almost decapitated Owen Zellweger at 8 or 7 years old. So
I respect that.
Yeah. I just saw his future from 7. I was like, yeah, no.
But to me, that's all built up frustration because you're not allowed to be upset at home.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to be sad. You're not allowed to be angry. You're not allowed to, and I'm like, what's the kid supposed to be happy 24 hours a day? You're allowed to have emotions. You're allowed to scream and yell, right? Let him scream and yell. He'll get it out of his way. But like I said, don't have kids. Just tell everyone else to raise theirs.
We had a different parent from the camp last week make a point of grabbing. I don't think she grabbed Ty. She grabbed Jeff, the other main instructor, and she pulled him aside and was like, "Hey, what's going on here? I feel like you guys aren't building up camaraderie and team spirit and pumping everyone up enough. You're just yelling at the kids, getting them to work harder and making them like sweat when they're outside playing floorball, which is basically ball hockey, and then on the ice you're like challenging them." And Jeff's like, "This is hockey school. We're not building a team. We're building up players.
It's development.
Like, it's developing their skill. Yeah. They want to come out of these 5 days better at skating, shooting, passing, puck handling." And she goes, "Oh, I thought it was like a rah type of camp, like feel good." And he's like, "We want you to feel welcome, but like you need to get better. You're not paying $1,000 or $700, $800 for your kid to like have a nice weekend or a nice week. They need to get better. You're here to get better at hockey. You want to have a good time. You want to be have memories and make it memorable and all that stuff and have a positive experience. But we're not here to like cuddle you and sing-along songs."
Well, I don't know. Like,
yeah.
Maybe that's what they expect. But
Yeah.
I just think they're too, like I said, I think kids are too insulated now. You got to let them fail. You got to let them understand disappointment. My sister always says to me, "Oh, he's going to be disappointed." Let him be disappointed.
Yeah.
He can deal with disappointment. You know, life is disappointment. Kid was crushed last year when they lost in Game 7. Crushed, right? And my sister's like, "Oh, he's really upset. Leave him alone." Yeah, leave him alone. He's upset. A lot of people are upset.
Sure.
Leave him alone. Don't try and
There was
fix
other
it.
adults that were the exact same way.
Exactly. There are a lot of people that are upset because you got, and that's like you got to deal with, learn to deal with disappointment. So, but it's interesting with kids because I was refereeing a soccer game a couple of years ago. I was refereeing a high school soccer game, and then I made a call. The kid didn't like it. And I said, I can't remember. I said, "Well, you can't sit on the ball when you're on the ground, or whatever. Stop the ball from playing." And then he got up and he's like, "I didn't effing this. Sit on the ball." And then I hear his coach going, "Oh, he's gonna get a yellow card for that." And I was like, "Yeah, for sure he got a yellow card."
Boom.
But then the coach subbed him off right away. And then after the game, he made the kid apologize. And I said, "Listen, no, you don't need to apologize. You had a burst. There was consequences to your actions. The consequence was the yellow card." Mm-hmm. And then the coach took him off the field. But I talked to the coach. I said, he got his consequence. It's over. He got it. He yelled it out. There's the yellow card. You moved on.
Yeah.
And by you taking him off the field, it kind of compounded that, right? Like, let him play through that. You're going to have, right? And I think sometimes you just got to let a guy vent. And I know.
Yeah, blow off steam, right? That's the saying.
Once you let a guy vent, okay, we've moved on. There's your consequence. It's over. We move on.
Yeah,
right?
Like Benny didn't decapitate Olin Zellweger. He only thought about it.
I think a ref grabbed my stick before I hit swing.
Okay, so you're like 7 years old?
Yeah, I never tried to decapitate someone, I think, after that. So
I appreciate
But
it.
I like how you
I've-
add the "I think."
No, I've seen guys.
There might have been a potential
I had
at
tantrums.
some point.
I had
I've-
tantrums.
I've seen guys
You
snap
also
on the
tried
ice.
to-
I've seen guys snap on the ice, and I've snapped, like we all do, and
Sure.
like every now and then, right? But
And then you punch somebody and they punch you back and you realize, oh, that hurts.
that hurts. Don't.
Either you win the fight or don't fight.
But it's different now. Like, it's more, and like I said, I see it from a distance. Why can't your kid be upset? Why can't he be mad? Like, as grown-ups, we go through all these emotions, but as soon as Emerson got upset when he was young, they're like, "Oh, don't be mad. Don't be mad." No, be mad. Get it out of your system. Then come back to me when you're not mad.
Just don't break stuff.
Yeah, I did that once to my niece. She snapped and I go sit on this bed. You're allowed to be mad. When you're not mad, come talk to me. You get back 5 seconds.
What
later,
are you, some kind of
I'm
Don?
Okay. I'm not a Don. I'm just seeing.
When you're not
like I
mad,
said,
come talk to me.
Come talk to me when you're no longer mad. You're allowed to be mad. You're allowed to be upset. You're allowed to be disappointed. You're allowed to be all these emotions. Sometimes I feel that, like I see from parents and kids and whatever. No, he can't be upset. He can't be mad. Can't be this. Can't be that. Sure you can.
Do not let the anger
Let
overcome you.
him deal with it. He'll figure out how to deal with it if this is the way. So obviously, So obviously there's, but then there's some
but
kids with OCD or OCA.
ADHD.
There's an issue with that, and you got to kind of recognize stuff like that too. So.
It is now 10:31. But we're now waiting for the Oil Kings to announce. Who
Apparently,
their
it's an
coach
Oilers alumni. Oh,
Is it Laddie?
it is
have
a
it now?
significant. We do have it. The new head coach of the Edmonton Oil Kings is former Oilers captain Jason Smith.
Oh, the Gator
Jason
is back.
Smith.
So
That's a headline.
Yeah. Interesting. Because he was coaching in Kelowna, if I'm not mistaken.
he was there for a bit.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
I would say that's a ranch hangout headline.
Ah. I like
Well,
it.
if there's a,
If Maddie agrees.
yeah.
Sorry, what
Well,
was you say?
I think that's a ranch hangout headline.
Oh, yeah, we didn't do the ranch. Hangout. Hangout headlines
perfect
for the
timing.
Ranch Golf and Country Club. Premier conditions, top-notch service, unmatched value. Book your tee time today by visiting theranchgolf.com. Well done, Benny. There's him being a host.
Very
Jason Smith. So his coach. Oh, that was a tough trade. I always was sad when he was traded for that one.
For Jeff Sanderson and Yoni Pitkinen.
Yeah. And Joffrey Lupul was part of the deal going the other way? It was Lupul Smith
No,
for
that-
Sanderson
no,
and
because-
Pitkinen?
Oh, was it?
Well, I'm on his Wikipedia, Jason Smith, so I'll
Yeah,
look
I
right
think
away.
you're right.
Kelowna Rockets, 2016 to 18. Playing career. Joffrey Lupul and Smith were traded for Yoni Pitkin and Jeff Sanderson, a third-round pick in 2009. But yeah, so he coached with Kelowna. Can I find any sort of stats of this? Where would I find those type of stats?
There you go.
So lost in the third round in his first year with Kelowna, lost in the first round, second year, missed the playoffs in the third year. He then was an associate with the Prince George Cougars in 1920. And then from 2021-22 all the way to 24-25, Lehigh Valley Phantoms assistant in the American Hockey League.
Oh, so he's with the Philly organization again.
And he did spend 2 years with the Sens as assistant prior to Kelowna. So he has been around as a coach a little bit, but Jason Smith now back in Edmonton as the head coach of the
I
Edmonton
like
Oil
that.
Kings.
I like that very much.
No, it's good. Talking about an intense dude. That guy.
I never really dealt with him at all.
No?
No.
Jason Smith, 2006 Stanley Cup Final. Eric Cole comes back from a broken neck, right? He literally had fuses in the fuses neck. Comes back for game 5, or maybe 6. First shift, Jason Smith's forearm shiver to the back of the
Ooh.
neck. Oh yeah, let's see how good that neck is doing. He was a beauty.
Yeah.
He was a beauty. He was intense guy.
Good guy to talk to?
Really good guy to talk to. He got upset at me once because I kind of made a joke at his expense. He didn't like it. So we were in Ottawa, and the Oilers were killing up 2-man advantage. And so it was Smith, Horkoff, and I can't remember who the other defenseman was out there. And Horkoff gets thrown out of the faceoff circle. So, 5-on-3, your center gets tossed out. Right? Yeah, I don't want to have another center.
Yeah.
Jason Smith has to come in and take the draw. Well, he's never taken a draw in his life.
Right.
It comes back, and he kind of lifts the stick up high, and the guy goes bing, 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 bing in the net. It was 4 passes in the net. So I kind of joked about it. Jason Smith had no chance because he's not. I basically said Jason Smith had to take the defense. He had no chance against one of the best centers in the league. Jason Smith doesn't take faceoffs.
He was the positional player in baseball, has to come in and he gave up a home run.
And then he's like,
type.
I had no chance, did I? I was like, did you not see the face-off? It was like by the time you put your stick down, the puck was already in the net. I think he was pretty upset with that, but he was a good guy. Otherwise, he was, he's good. But I thought it was like, come on, linesman, a 5-on-3 and you throw the center out. What are you doing? And Hork was livid. He
Oh,
almost took
I
a
would
penalty.
be too. Those linesmen
He was
piss
like,
me
are you
off
kidding
whenever we
me? It's a 5-on-3. You're throwing me out?
Yeah.
Important hire for the Oil Kings because they this is that next season this is the big jump.
This is the next
up and
level.
up.
This is supposed to be WHL title Memorial Cup window now.
Yeah.
It's just
getting
opening, although it's a
It's
short.
getting
I thought,
there,
you know,
right? So it's like,
I was-
but you'd hope then that this is the coach that takes it.
Well, I was surprised I got rid of it. I got surprised.
Pierce, yeah.
I am surprised Luke Pierce got let go. I thought he did a great job. They were one game what was it?
One win away. They were up 3-1 against PA.
3-1 against PA.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
I forgot about that.
And then they had to play 2 games in PA, but they lost 5-6. Was an outstanding game. I went to watch 6. I took Emerson and my dad. It was a great game.
Is that when they took the penalty late and they got scored
penalty,
on? On the
took
PK.
really late penalty. But it was a great game. But I thought Luke Pierce did a great job because he kind of picked up the parts. It's tough because they go to the Mem Cup and all those guys leave, and now you got to start from scratch.
Yeah.
And in junior, it takes longer than in NHL because in junior, you're drafting kids at 14. They're not going to eligible play your team until they're 16. They're not going to make an impact till they're 17 or 18. So that's 4 years to rebuild.
Yeah.
And so if you get stuck in that rebuild cycle, you're trying to do the best you can with what you got, and you got them to the playoffs. Like they were there in the playoffs. They were really competitive this year. I was a little surprised they made the change, and I like Luke a lot. And when I talked
dude.
a lot, really good guy, knows his stuff. Like you talk to coaches, and you know when they know, and you know when they're trying to BS you, right?
Yeah,
like when a coach tries to blow you smoke, and you're like,
yeah,
that's not gonna fight. But then you know when a guy is really knowledgeable, and you want to talk to those guys, and you want to pick their brains, and you want to say, hey, what do you think about this? And and Luke was one of those guys. He's a really smart guy, really knowledgeable guy. And
Agreed.
He'll land on his feet. He'll go somewhere and do a good job. But yeah, it was a tough assignment. It was always going to be a tough assignment. Kind of hope they let him finish it off. But yeah, so now they're out of that quagmire, I guess, building onto the next level. And, Luke got him out of there. So
This is also announced from Alberta Basketball. Their 50th anniversary gala and dinner this year. They have John Stockton as the keynote speaker.
no way. That's awesome.
John Stockton's coming in for their Alberta Basketball. They say it the ABA 50th Gala, but it's the Alberta Basketball Association. ABA sounds a little different. So yeah, he's
Swish.
coming later in September. There's going to be a fireside chat on a Friday that will feature people like Don Horwood and Paul Sir, which is amazing. The gala is only $150, $75 for the chat, or $195 for both days. So that's a good price. Listen to John Stockton speak and stuff.
That's cool.
So that's also been announced.
Very cool.
A little bit of news coming up.
John Stockton.
Actually, speaking of basketball, 3x3 is now going on. I believe it started today.
West Edmonton Mall.
West Edmonton Mall. Paul
Set up.
Sir setting that up.
Looks awesome in there.
Were you by?
I saw a photo of
At the
it
rink?
at the rink. The way they set it up, it looks phenomenal.
Yeah, no, I've seen that. I liked it when they did it outside.
That was cool.
Rogers. That was pretty cool.
That
but
big
then,
tent.
Yeah, but then you're a slave to the weather, right?
Yeah.
So it would have been their own playing
And
plus 30.
there's costs associated too.
Yeah.
To go into fan park's not going to be something that's going to be relatively cheap. Going to West Ed would probably be a lot cheaper to just renting out the facility and doing something like that.
Fan Park is interesting because they're waiting to finalize the funding for that new building that's supposed to go there. It's supposed to be the event center in where the Fan Park is.
Oh, where the tent is?
Yeah, and there's provincial money that went into it. It's kind of the make good on
Well, doesn't
giving
the
money
province
to the.
owe the Oilers $300 million?
That's part of the make good after the Flames
Also
and
was a
Calgary got
hospital.
$300 million.
Huh?
Also a hospital at some point.
The hospital would be more vital, but I think we could, and the Misericordia could use some love. But yes, essentially.
Okay.
And I mean, it would be good to see Ice District Phase 2 get going too.
Well, you know what? I'm looking forward to get that new building in Calgary, though. I think that's going to help out that team. Look, I was talking about going to the prospects, right? And I talked to the Calgary's guys last week about their prospects. That story is running on the 4th. They're pretty stacked.
NHL.com.
NHL.com, yeah. So August 4th, we do a 32 and 32 for the team. So starting tomorrow, we'll do the Boston Bruins, and then every day we'll do preview stories on every team. And then part of that is, what do they have coming down the pipe? What are their prospects? What do they have? So, and I'm looking at prospects, and you have to try and find their top 5 prospects. And Calgary's got maybe 10 guys that you could slip in there. I'm looking forward to seeing Zane Perek play next year. 19-year-old defenseman, really talented. So I'm talking to Calgary's, head director, and he's like, yeah, we're We got a lot of guys here. So I think they got it timed well. When the new building opens, those team will be very competitive. And I think what they're doing in Calgary is they're doing it right. They're like, okay, Edmonton's got its window. Its window maybe is 4 or 5 years, right? Can we, instead of trying to compete with that window, why don't we set ourselves up when the window is closing for the Oilers, the Flames window starts open. So I think that's...
But as long as Connor and Leon are here,
Yeah, what if Connor's here for another 5 years? There's
and
your
he's going
window.
to stick longer.
We'll
And he'll
see.
sign after that, and he'll sign another 5.
Yeah, hopefully, if you're an Oilers fan.
Well, that's like, I still...
Right. But there's a lot of work to be done around him, right? And
Got to back-to-back Cup finals.
yeah,
It took Ovi a long, long time to get that first ring.
Yep.
yeah.
So,
It's very true.
do you want to be seen as Katie chasing the ring?
That's who?
Kevin Durant.
Oh,
That was kind of host stuff for a little bit, and then he got it a couple of times.
That's because he kept losing him.
kept losing.
Yeah,
he went
back-to-back
the wrong
years.
teams
And
and-
then-
well, Corey Perry signed in LA, so we know the Kings are going to the final.
and losing?
Losing.
When are you doing your next NHL Espanol work?
I don't know.
That's where I find you're at your best.
Espanol, NHL, and
You're
Espanol.
at your best.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't know. I think our NHL reporter in Espanol is on MLB beat right now.
Is she really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's the
Working
same
in Major
company.
League Baseball. So
Yeah.
And there's trade deadline day today.
Yep.
I think.
yes, and Jays
trade
they picked up a
deadline.
pitcher
Shane
yesterday.
Bieber.
Shane Bieber, former Cy Young winner, but coming off Tommy John.
Yep. And he still has 2 rehab starts to go.
Oof. Wow.
So, and he threw 43 pitches his last game. Macramella was all over.
It's a good game yesterday. Where they won 9-8. Guy took away a home run. See how high he got off the
Oh,
wall?
yeah? I didn't see that.
Yeah. It was, who was it? The left fielder who hit the ball. Anyway, it's like 3 feet over the wall. He's up there and grabs it.
I love that. I love when they climb
Yeah,
the wall.
yeah.
They get
I saw-
dig the spikes into the
Into
soft surface of the wall.
Yeah. They love it too. They're like, oh yeah, this is the one. I'm gonna
That's
climb the
sick.
wall.
You get like 10 feet of air.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
When they catch it, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to have done that.
Yeah.
I was just going to say really quickly, speaking of when they catch it off the wall, did you see the fan in Pittsburgh, or no, Arizona, who I think 3 times in X amount of months caught what would have been a ball in play, and he got suspended for a year from all MLB games.
Really?
See, and I always wonder
Was
how
it
you
leaning over?
handle that, though. Like,
Because it's the same guy. They caught him on the broadcast.
yeah, but you just go to another ballpark. You just buy tickets for somewhere else.
I think he
just
got.
don't
I
know
know he's not allowed to go to Diamondback games. I think they suspended him from the
You know
league.
what?
For a while.
Nowadays, I remember I bought tickets for the Dodgers. I had to kind of register my email and I had to go through a lot of hoops to
You
buy.
can go scalpers, though.
It's not as easy to scalp on phones, is it?
Yeah,
You
they
don't have
scan-
physical tickets anymore.
No, they scan it to you. They email it to you, but I don't know.
I guess.
You
Yeah.
can create a new email.
Yeah.
Like,
That
unless
is
there's
true.
facial recognition, which there probably is, and they're actually actively looking. I just feel like it's those. I just look at those bands as like,
Yeah. How do you know it's gonna?
you're
come
not
out?
going to get a season ticket. Your season ticket, if you have those anymore, you're going to lose those. But are you really going to stop me getting into a ballpark?
Yeah. No, I get.
Well, I suppose you could take your chance, but I know at Rogers talking to the security staff there, they
If they
have
catch you,
people
they'll
that are
arrest
banned.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see
They're
that.
trespassing,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah.
it. Yeah.
And they know who to look for because they deal with some of these people. So, anyway.
I should go test that this year. I'll go
You gonna
get
get
kicked
banned?
out of Rogers Place for something, and
Oh, my God.
then I'll try to get back in for something
Right,
else
yeah.
and see if they catch me.
And then you'd be calling.
Do you
And then
know
we could
who
just,
I am?
and it was
Derek
all for
Fenties.
science. And that's what I'll come back off later. And then when I go to the court, I'm like, this was for science.
Great experiment.
And this, I'll use this tape from the Hangout as my
your
evidence.
oh,
witness.
my.
My exhibit A, this was just a scientific project. I deserve to not get any sort of penalties. In fact, I should get a reward for the scientific research.
If you could spin it like that, Matthew,
I think
bravo, sir.
facial recognition is coming. Like these new machines that they go through now. Like
They're way better
it's at
now.
the airport, it kind of freaks you out at the airport where you're just like, just show your face here, and it goes opens and I don't know if I like that, right? But
Don't do stuff.
don't do crimes.
Yeah,
You'll be fine.
don't do crimes.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm always worried going through an airport thing just because I'm like, did I do something wrong? And they're going to yell at me and get mad at me. But in the end, it's also
What
like,
did I
I don't
do?
have anything wrong. I have nothing
Okay,
in my
for-
bag that's going to
yeah.
get
Best
me.
piece of advice: never get into a fight with a customs guy. 'Cause
No.
they could screw you pretty harsh. Never just say yes, sir, no, sir, hello, sir. And I've seen these things on these videos. People are on their phones. People got headphones on.
Yeah.
Total respect, total attention. Treat these people with respect, and they will not screw up your lives because they could mess you up pretty hard if you're traveling.
I will add, just don't do anything in an airport.
Yeah.
Granted,
Don't even
on a
do
plane.
don't even risk it in an airport.
Just be normal.
Don't even if your food order was wrong, just let it be.
Let it be,
Like
yeah.
if you excuse me, this was just just let it be.
Yeah.
Because if there's one place where you don't want to cause a scene,
Well-
because you don't know what that could snowball into,
Oh, if
it's at an
snowball's on
airport.
no-fly list.
It
Don't
is
get on
at
there.
an airport.
And I see these videos of these people losing their minds on planes and stuff like that. I'm
Oh
like,
my
dude,
God.
what are you doing?
Bye-bye.
You're gonna be on the no-fly list. You're done.
I saw a video yesterday of some lady. She grabbed the fire extinguisher and she was spraying people.
What?
On the plane?
No,
Where was
in the
that?
airport.
Oh my
And
god.
they were trying to stop her and stuff, but then she turned it on them. And
In the
stuff.
U.S.?
I honestly don't even know where it was.
That's
I'm assuming
insane.
so because you only see these things in the U.S. You don't see
Well,
these things
yeah.
too often in
Well,
the Rome airports.
You know what's
No.
funny is so I was we're still kind of towards the tail end of COVID. I was working for Sun in the Journal, and the Oilers were going on a road trip to Seattle, and I wanted to go because it was the first time they were playing in the Seattle. I
Yeah.
wanted to see the building, and I want to see everything. So we're flying through. So I'm flying through Seattle from here, Vancouver to Seattle. And I get to Vancouver, go through customs, get everything, and our flight from Vancouver to Seattle is delayed for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. That flight is about 25 minutes. There's nothing to that flight. It's up and down. So these guys that were going to go, they're Oiler fans. They're going to go to watch the game. So there's a group of about 10, 12 of them. So they decide, well, let's go to the bar. And we'll have a couple of drinks at the bar while we wait for our flight. Well, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours turns in about 3.5 hour delay. So these guys have been in the bar for 3.5 hours. And there was during COVID time where you had to wear your mask on the plane. No messing around. Wear your mask, wear your mask. Don't wear it under your nose. Don't wear it under your chin. Put your mask on. So we get on the plane. These guys get on the plane. And there's this one guy who kept his mask. He kept dropping his mask. And they're hammered. They're all hammered. And the flight attendant says, sir, I'm not going to warn you again. Keep your mask over your mouth or you're going to get kicked off the plane. And then he did it again. Okay, you're getting kicked off the plane. And then we have another major delay because they got to get the police. The police got to come, escort him out. Then they got to get his bag off the plane, right? And then so they got to find his bag, get his bag off the plane. It's a 25-minute flight. We're sitting here now we got to sit another hour and a half sitting
That's
here
being
waiting for this
jackass.
guy. And I was flying beside this girl. She's like, I'm going to miss my connection in Seattle. I was like, yeah, probably. And
So comforting.
Once they kicked him, it was a party atmosphere on the plane because these guys were excited to go to the hockey game. Once their buddy got kicked off the plane, it was like dead silence. Dead silence.
They didn't stay with him?
Huh?
They didn't go off with him?
Oh, God, no. My buddy gets thrown out of a bar. I'm like, see ya.
I had a buddy get detained in Mexico. Or no,
I do not
no,
want
no, no,
that
no,
one.
no. On the way back from Mexico, they let him out of the country, and he got held up in Calgary, and they arrested him.
Really? What
And-
he did in Mexico.
He had tickets that he hadn't paid in 10 years.
Oh, Jesus.
And so they're like, sir, there's a warrant for your arrest. You didn't pay your tickets.
Oh, they're just waiting for him.
Yeah, they detained him. And these old ladies that we saw on the way down to Mexico were like, where's your friend? And we're like, he got arrested. And no, we weren't waiting for him. He was in
But
Calgary.
the funny thing
so-
is, all these guys are on a plane, and it was really tense. And then this one guy pipes up, we got an extra ticket to the hockey game. And the plane explodes.
That's
right?
good.
It was really funny. It totally alleviated. But I'm thinking to myself, buddy, you got put yourself. This is an international flight, the shortest international flight you could find.
Yeah.
But it's an international flight. You got thrown off an international flight. You're probably going to be a no-fly list. You're from Edmonton, so you're going to be stuck in Vancouver, unable to fly home if they put you on this no-fly list, all because you couldn't keep a mask on for 25 minutes. So.
Not
And
worth it.
It was like, oh, it's just so. And so I see these videos of these people losing their. I think some of them are staged. I really do. Some of them are staged. But then I see these other videos of people losing their minds, and it's always on a Southwest flight, isn't it?
That's cheaper.
Well, because there you can sit anywhere, right?
Yeah.
Like Southwest is
pick your
crazy.
seat. It's awful.
It's pick your seat. So if you got a family, and you go with a family, then you get on the Southwest flight. There's a cheaper flight, and then you just kind of, once you get on the plane, you can kind of put your family where you want type thing. So I think that's what's appealing to family, but it's a cheaper flight. So
It is.
and I think you get, because it's a cheaper flight. I've done this. There's a carrier in the UK called Go Jets or Easy Jets or something like that. It's ridiculously cheap. So you got people on there that aren't used to flying, so they're not
They don't know the protocol.
100% protocol or etiquette, right?
Or it's like, it's whatever. This is not this flight doesn't cost us anything. And when something costs less, you treat it like it's lesser or something.
Good point.
Yeah, so that's crazy.
I just quickly got to get to over under for Play Alberta. Download the app, playalberta.ca, EST Sports, deposit 20, get $50 free bet. That ends today. We'll see what the new promo codes are as of tomorrow. I should message Dusty to see what those are going to be. Just if I set the over under 4.5 years for Connor McDavid's next contract, is it over or under? I said at 4.5.
I think it's under. I think it's 4. I think it's going to go 4.
I'll just go over for the sake of it.
Okay.
It sounds like it's leaning towards under, but yeah. I'll go
But is it
over.
a 5 or is it an 8 and over?
Okay, I'll go 5.
No, I'm just curious.
Yeah, I'd
If
say
you say
5.
you're saying it's staying in
Yeah,
that
and
4
then
5
he-
range that we're
Yeah.
hearing
and he
right now.
cashes in even more one more time, which is smart.
So if it goes 4, then that's 5-year window to win the Stanley Cup here in Edmonton. Because then, let's say they're far away, they're further away. They're not going to get closer than they've been, right? Without winning the thing.
Well, they got
Let's
they
say
got
they-
further away last year than they were the year prior.
Yeah. So let's say next year they get knocked out in the Western Conference Final.
Which it
The
feels
year
like
after, it's the first round.
I think they
it feels
take a
like they're
step back
destined
this year.
for non-Stanley Cup final next year.
Yeah, I think it's
Just
a first
based
or second
on
round
sports
exit.
and what we've seen and
Well,
getting
then
back so many times,
there's
right?
always that one upset in the first round that you don't expect.
There's things like
They
that.
haven't had that yet.
An injury or something like that. And then it's the year after you go and you go finish it off and
Yeah.
you go get it done
So-
type thing. That's what I think could possibly be coming.
So, but the stars seem to align. Obviously, everything changed with Zach Hyman's injury,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's a
So
huge one.
That was a huge injury. You go into that final with a healthy Zach Hyman.
Maybe
things
there's
are a
at
little
least an
different,
extra win
right?
with just Zach Hyman, and then that forces a
And
game
then-
7.
And then you brought in
Possible, yeah.
you brought in Matisse Ekholm, who was not 100%. Got walked a couple times, right? So,
But he's also not getting any younger.
no.
So it's like, at what point is he going to slowly just keep losing a step just because of the age?
yeah.
That's going to be. There'll be some interesting questions when it comes to the Edmonton Oilers for the next little bit here. You got any other golf plans? Or
Well, you know what? This is the thing. Every summer I say, I'm going to try and get good. I'm going to try and get good. I'm going to try and get good. And I've been hitting the range almost every other day.
Nice.
To be honest with you, because it's muscle memory. It's like anything.
Yes.
When you want to get good at something, you just got to go practice.
10,000 hours, is that
How do you
not
get
the
to
thing?
Carnegie Hall? Practice.
I don't even know what that is. I'm just
the
kidding.
famous.
I know. I'm just teasing you.
Right? So it's all muscle memory. And then now, like I know in golf, you got, keep your head down, bend your knees, do this. Just hit the ball.
The less you think, the easier it'll go.
Yeah, but
And
find out
you need
what
to
works
think
for
so
you.
much in golf.
So what works for you?
a million
What do I need to
things,
do to
yeah.
hit the ball straight and far? So do that. Keep doing that. My big thing is I pick my head up sometimes. But my issue right now, so I've been practicing because I want to finally be not good at golf, but decent at golf, where you're not shanking every second shot. You're not losing 4 balls on the course type thing. My thing now is I hit a great drive, but now you got to put 2 good shots together.
Right.
Put 3 good shots together. Put 4 good shots together. So I'll put 1 good shot, shank a shot, put another good shot, right? And then I'm trying to, I got clubs, my clubs, thanks to Tom. That hooks us up.
You're welcome.
Murray
Murray
hooked
B
us
over
up.
at Golf Town.
Yeah. Murray hooked
Southampton
us up at
Common.
Golf Town. And they had a wonderful sales girl there. She said, okay, what do you need? What do you want? I was like, I want to be able to hit the ball. So we tried out a few clubs, and then I felt always that the clubs were too short. I needed something a little longer. So they put an extension on my clubs, and then suddenly, whoosh,
Go a little bit better.
it's like, oh, this is good.
Sounds like an athlete.
So if you're athletic, you can pick things up quicker. Like
That's true.
Michael Jordan said, if I want to be a better 3-point shooter, I just have to practice, and I'm be a better 3-point shooter. It's just about practice, getting out there and hitting the ball and doing this, and that's what I've been doing.
Thanks for coming in. Thanks for making your way to the new studio.
No problem.
We are all done. Tommy, thank you very much. Benny,
My pleasure.
thank you very much. Thank you to the listeners this was the EST Angle presented by Sentinel Storage. Coming up next, we've got the Lock Shop, myself and Huss. We've got 2 Guys in a Goalie, EST Afternoons, Reed Wilkins Show, Turf District. That's all to come here at Edmonton Sports Talk, presented by Play Alberta. On behalf of Derek, Tommy, Benny, I am Matt. Thanks for tuning in. Lock Shop in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Let's go. There you go, right in front of the camera.
First time guest, long time listener, fan of the original draft commissioner.
Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer. The difference is clear. Matt Iwanyk, Tom Gazzola with here. Joining us today